Have your sports curiosity cured.
Land. Yes, sir. Mark Kennedy line. Keeper out in front, go in again. Needs to hit and roll towards the pin. Needs to hit and roll towards the pin. You need to hit, roll to the pin. And it's to Italy for King Jacobs.
A veteran of the sports reporting game for over 25 years.
Unbelievable touchdown!
Breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams.
Eberle pushed ahead for Beniers. Picked off by Emerson. Sets the attack the other way. Draisaitl shoots and scores. 2-0 Edmonton. Draisaitl's 15. And Emerson started the counterattack.
This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Saul 553 Tuesday, December the 2nd. Hey, careful out there if you're out in the roads. A little bit of, I don't know if it's sleet, rain, pellets, or whatever it is. Probably turning into some more rain showers before it gets to flurries, or maybe something, kids. It's a little bit colder. It's going to get a little colder as the morning progresses into the day. So we'll see what happens, but be careful out there on the roads this morning. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 on your AM radio dial on your morning drive, heading into work or wherever you're heading out on a Tuesday morning. So glad that you could make it along for the drive for a little bit here with us on Sports 1440. You can also watch us as well on Sports 1440 AM. You can drop us a like, even a subscription. We would appreciate that. We're also on X, Facebook, even Instagram. And as always, we're streaming on iHeartRadio, the radio TuneIn app, sports1440.ca. If you miss any part of any show, it turns into the many podcasts that are hanging out there wherever you find them on Apple, Spotify, Google, even Amazon. Subscribe there as well. It's free. Select auto download. You'll never miss a second of the show. Yes, good morning. Thanks so much for coming in on an Oilers game day where the Minnesota Wild are at Rogers Place tonight. And the Wild are on a bit of a roll. They lost in overtime on the weekend to the Buffalo Sabres, but right now, Minnesota sitting comfortably in third place, I guess you could say, in the Central Division. They've got a record of 14-7-5 coming in. The Oilers 11-10-5 after their win in Seattle on the weekend. You know, I always look, when you're doing some show prep and things like that, one of the first things that you get drawn to would be special teams and stats. And when you look at them, I always keep looking every team that the Oilers are playing, and I look at the amount of power plays. Tonight, Minnesota comes in 91 power play attempts. They're 22-91 for 24.2%. Remember at the start of the year, they got off to that fantastic start. Fantastic at the very beginning where they were operating like at 40% in that range. The Oilers have only generated 63 power plays so far. I mean, they have one of the top power play units in the league at 30.2%. But that's like almost a third difference. Like, you know, if you're looking at 91 to 63, that's a big difference in the amount of power plays that have been called or penalties that have been called against the opposition when the Oilers are playing compared to when the Wild are playing. So it's just something, again, and maybe it goes to the style that the Oilers were playing in the sense that 5-on-5, they were not and have not this year generated enough. And if you're generating offense on 5-on-5, maybe you're not scoring, but you're making the other team uncomfortable. And you're making the other team, forcing the other team, you could say, to take a penalty. So if you're playing harder and playing within, you know, your means and trying to generate things offensively, 5-on-5, that's going to result in more power play opportunities, more penalties called, because that's what's going to happen. So maybe as we move forward here, and we saw the Oilers just with 2 on the weekend, they killed off 6. But that's something that maybe has to be looked at, where a team tries to generate more 5-on-5, and maybe it results in another call the game or something like that. Text line 833-401-1440. Get them in. We'll get them on. Last night in the NHL, so many kind of cool storylines when you think about it. Columbus beat New Jersey. David Schlemko is our co-host on Wednesdays, as everyone knows. And Schlemmer's D partner when he was in the NHL in San Jose was Brendan Dillon. Played 1,000 games. Last night, his 1,000th game. I think a lot of people may have seen the video yesterday morning. He was just saying something to the effect of, man, I just wanted to get one in. Just wanted to get one in. So here's an undrafted guy, just like Schlemmer. I mean, these two guys, they were like peas in a pod, really, because of how and why and the circumstances for them to get to the NHL. I mean, Schlemmer played 415 games for Pete's sake. So 1,000 for Dillon. And, they were defense partners and they played well together. And I mean, whenever you ask Schlemmer on a Wednesday, who was your favorite D partner? Wow, Brendan Dillon. It was simple. Played with a lot of guys in a lot of places, Jersey, Montreal, obviously Arizona for a lot of the time, but it was Brendan Dillon. Pittsburgh beats Philly. Sid Crosby, 2 more goals, 5-1 the final there. You may have seen the video too. Blake Lizotte, the old tin cup pitchfork to Hathaway. That was a good one. He's going to get fined for sure today. I wonder if he might even get one gamer onto that. That was a real good one. So, and that's the no. That's the code. Don't do that. And Lizotte's going to get his down the road from Hathaway. You watch. Buffalo over Winnipeg. Now, here's what's going on again. We've discussed this for weeks. When Connor Hellebuck went down, what are the Winnipeg Jets going to do in goal? Well, they call up Milic. They've got, obviously, Eric Comrie. And Comrie came up with a big win to stop the bleeding on the weekend in Nashville, where they won 5-2. But Milic gets the start, ties to the Buffalo franchise. Just not good enough. Gets the hook. Just not good enough. He's coming up too much too soon here for him. Josh Norris, big story with Buffalo, comes back into the lineup. He's got a couple of goals, gets an assist. So good stuff there. Hey, Duke's Ducks. Let's welcome in the Duke of Delburne here. Duke, your Ducks responded. 4-1 win over St. Louis last night.
It was a good one. Yeah, I had the game on the secondary screen, had Monday Night Football up on the big one, needed to witness firsthand the drubbing and the point back on the board for yours truly after a rough weekend in our head-to-head pick. So that was good. But yeah, the Ducks, I mean, they're kind of in a tough spot. We talked about it yesterday with the goaltending situation and Ville Husso up against a former team of his in St. Louis, and Jordan Binnington got the early yank. Three
saves on 5 shots, Duke.
Yeah, and then and he kind of got into it a little bit with head coach Jim Montgomery when he got to the bench, went down the tunnel for the rest of the period. He was back on the bench for the rest of the game in the backup role. But
did you hear what Montgomery said after?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't hear, but I read the comments. Was saying, I like the fact he's a competitor, all this stuff, and he said, "I love you," and I said, "I love you too."
I love you. And Binnington said, "I love you too." Obviously they were. Making light of a situation, and then said, after the period was over, they had a discussion and it's all good. Mm-hmm. So that's raises alarm still again now for Team Canada, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it has to. And got into it with some friends of mine on a group chat thread last night about the goaltending situation for Team Canada. We talked about it with Matt Larkin yesterday, right? That Logan Thompson is clear and away the best Canadian goaltender across the NHL for, at this point, the last 2 seasons, realistically, and did not go to Montreal and Boston, the Four Nations face-off, because of some personal concerns, I guess would be the simplest way of putting it, and his history with Bruce Cassidy. Mm-hmm. Man, like there's no way he can't be on the Olympic team right now, because what are your other options? Even if you don't maybe see eye to eye with him and his outlook on the game and his mentality when approaching a starter versus backup role, whatever the case, like the other options are just simply not good enough right now.
The thing is, Duke, I sure would like to know what the hell Logan Thompson, like how bad of a teammate he was.
I can't fathom it,
because I mean everyone in Washington says great guy.
Yeah,
good guy.
And you look at it, like, because Matt said a big part of this was his willingness to accept a backup role or something. him and Charlie Lindgren have been in this timeshare in Washington for both of these last 2 years. They split time quite evenly, with the exception of when a guy's a little banged up or the other. And they've had a great run of success, both of them. Yeah. And I think both are benefiting from the situation. So it really is flabbergasting, and I'm quite perplexed by these kind of, backstories of Logan Thompson and not maybe being the best guy in a room or as a teammate.
Yeah. Last night in the NFL, it wasn't even much of a competition last night. The Giants in New England, the Patriots absolutely mollywop them, 35-15. Drake May had 2 TDs, maybe moving into the front runner of MVP, or maybe it's a coin flip with him and Matt Stafford right now. The biggest story, the funniest story, the craziest story, Young Koo missing the field goal. Well, he didn't miss the field goal. He jammed his toe into the turf so bad last night. When you saw that, Duke, you must have been howling. The equivalent is, everyone's done it on the golf course with a wedge.
Yeah, just chunk it a little.
Biggest pelt out.
Hit a little chunky green side. Yeah, no, that did. I'll be honest, Kev. In real time watching it, I thought it was like a set fake or something.
So did I.
And just the worst executed set fake ever, because you got to give the holder credit. I don't even know who the Giants holder is. He's the punter or whatever. He does spin out and pick up, and he's looking upfield, but there's no one there because it wasn't fake. And everyone was just as confused as those of us watching. So tough look for Koo. I mean, this is a guy that had a really good run of success in Atlanta for a long time, many, many years. And then he got cut earlier this season, or maybe end of last, I forget.
Yeah, he's done.
And it's looking like it's the end of the road for him. He had a solid NHL or NFL career, but that's the way it goes with kickers, man. You really can't trust them. You really don't know what you're getting on any given night, with very few exceptions.
Jamie Gillen, the holder. Now, Koo said after the game, I was approaching the ball, and cold weather, the ball kind of slipped out of the bottom, so it was moving. I wasn't able to kick through the ball. The ball was moving when I was driving to it, so I just pulled up on it. Jamie did a good job of catching it, putting it back. At that point, it was too late. I thought kickers are supposed to just kick and go through their motion no matter what.
And then, if you're reviewing it and say, all right, it was bad hold, bad placement, then that's not on you as a kicker.
You just exactly.
But I mean, like I said, his foot hit foot hit a foot behind the ball, and fat too.
No one is, and I mean, like you saw the reaction from Jackson Dart.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he couldn't believe what he just saw. No one. I mean, Aikman and Buck couldn't believe it. They'd never seen. They both said never seen this before. I mean, the only equivalent to this is like Charlie Brown and Lucy. And it's Lucy pulling the ball away from Charlie Brown, and Young Koo goes through the ball and lands on his backside. And to be honest with you, Duke, and I know, listen, New England was never going to lose this game, but the game's still in question at that point.
Yeah, it's early.
That field goal goes through. It's 17-10, and you're not giving them the ball at midfield, and you're not giving up a touchdown on the ensuing drive. But maybe more so than that, I mean, New England, they punished the Giants. I mean, Gunnar Olszewski, is that the hardest hit that anyone's ever seen? Like on the return, and that was Christian Ellis, and he also was the guy that hit Dart.
Blew up Dart right at the sideline, yeah.
I mean, Christian Ellis, he must have been going home last night going, I hit 2 guys harder than I've ever hit in the NFL. I mean, I don't even know how Olszewski got up. He had no idea where he was. None. Walked off the field with guys holding him up. Jackson Dart said after the game, I'm going to play the game the way I play and play hard. Well, you're going to play like that, he's not going to be in the NFL too much longer.
Oh.
I mean, that hit along the sidelines, that was blow up city too.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Duke, you get a big win.
And yes, needed it.
So now you're back to what? 3 up?
3 up.
Okay. That's not bad. Not bad at all. But I don't know. Texters 833-401-1440. What did you think of that Young Koo kick last night? And if you haven't seen it, just check it out on any site. It's up there everywhere. Just check it out for sure. Text rolling in 833-401-1440. The king of Fort Nasty. Good morning, KK, Duke, and Finney. Yeah, you were right, Karius. Roads are shy. I'm moving about as fast as Duke in the 40-20 in road gear. Is that the John Deere, Duke? 4020.
Yeah, the legendary 4020, one of the most celebrated tractors in history, one of the most unique gearboxes in history.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a unique one because you go like it doesn't just shift 1 through 6, like you go in the first set there's like 1 and 3 reverse, and then it's like 2, 4. It's a confusing thing. It's like I can't explain it, but what's in front of me, I just know where to move the lever, and it was quite revolutionary at the time when it came out. But yeah, top end speed. We're talking a very old piece of equipment. It's still not exactly the ones these days where you can get them up to like 60 clicks.
Yeah, you could. We used to on highways, Duke. I drove, and no one knew how to say. Well, it was Belarus, right? Yeah, we called it the Belarus 500A.
Oh yeah,
that was the broom tractor that we drove on there. And then also, if you like you said with on road gear or whatever, guys would take baler twine and zip it around on the side and pull the governor on it. On Packers, like if you're driving a Packer, so you'd zip that around and just hammer on it, and the Packers could, if you slipped that governor off and hammered it around and yanked the twine on and tied it to something, maybe your steering wheel, you could get some speed going. You never did that or what?
No.
What about in a golf cart?
No. When I was working at the lake in high school at the seasonal campsite there, we would occasionally on like a rain day in the shop or something, because we had some golf carts you'd rip around on for maintenance, and even like the club cars and stuff with the boxes on them, weed whackers, haul seaweed, whatever. We'd do some digging in there to see if we could remove some governors off of them. And we had some success doing that for sure.
The King also said, did you see the misplay at the G-Sock?
The legendary G-Sock.
Yeah, the broom snapped, belly flopped on the rock.
I did see that clip. This is going back last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Who was it again, Duke?
It was not a prominent player. Yeah, no, I can't remember who it was, or even what team for that matter. But it was a tough look. Felt bad for the guy. The punster Matt and Leduc comes in. He said he heard there was a trend of turf toe in the NFL this year. Well, if you don't get turf toe from that, holy cow! You can't go on with this guy kicking. Like again, even who was the other? The rig text in. I believe when you read Dart's lips after the coup miss was OMFG, which is true, and that's exactly what Justin Dart. You could read his lips, and you got to move on. You can't have that. Coming up on the big program, Duke, what are we going to ham and egg for the 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock segment? It's kind of looking that way. Yeah, I had a few things possibly lined up last night, and then I had to cancel last minute. So scrambling, still scrambling this morning. But it looks like we might just be dipping into some Oilers sound here for the 7:20 segment. A few different individuals spoke yesterday at practice, and then after that, we'll be back to regular scheduled programming for the rest of the show.
Regular scheduled programming. I love that. You never hear that term anymore. We now go to regular schedule.
We now return to your regular schedule.
I like that term. I enjoy that. Also in the 8 o'clock hour, then we'll go double barrel shotgun with our hockey insiders. Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet, Portuguese Spec was back filing after his holiday in Portugal. Frank Saravalli from Victory Plus TV, fresh off the Thanksgiving weekend. And I believe Frank went to the game Friday, the Eagles game where the Bears gave it to Philly. We'll get thoughts on Frank from around the NHL. Andrew Schlecht from The Athletic covers the NBA and the OKC Thunder. What are they going for? Win number 21 tonight? Yes. Old Fenny's shaking his head, so they're 20-1. Man, they're just so head and shoulders above everyone. It's not even funny. 10 o'clock. Old buddy Tom Reed, Minnesota Wild analyst. Got to know Tom when I was lucky enough to do Oiler games, filling in with Rod Phillips. And Rod and Tom go back a long time. And Tom's still doing color for Minnesota Wild. So we'll check in with Tommy at 10 bells. Connor Halley from Fantasy Frenzy at 10:20. How do you think the conman's feeling about Justin Herbert there, Duke?
Oh, well, I threw this to him right at literally the outro was playing on Fantasy Frenzy yesterday. I said, Connor, how do you feel that Justin Herbert, who got hand surgery yesterday, he said he does not expect to miss any time, and Aaron Rodgers, who also has a broken hand, is blaming his wide receivers on the same day,
which is true.
And he said, Justin Herbert, great teammate.
You know, as we said yesterday with Eddie, I didn't mind at all seeing the schnoz of Aaron Rodgers.
Seeing him get beat up a little bit.
Yeah, when his face was down in the turf. And you know what's funny is, like, he's down and a couple linemen are trying to help him up and he's sort of cradling his arm. And I could see he's in pain. I don't know. The last couple of years, his shtick is just, back years ago, I was kind of an Aaron Rodgers fan. Not anymore. I don't know. Something about him. The way he looks at his receivers and shows them up, and always their fault. It's never on him. It's always someone else. So Connor Halley will be with us at 10:20. When we come back, well, Adam Henrique, Zach Hyman, Chris Knobloch spoke yesterday to the media. We'll fire off one of those your way when we return on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
60 years ago, we started selling trucks as Western GMC Buick. Today, we are Wolf GMC Buick. We're still located on the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road with the same ownership for over 2 decades. Our customers have trusted our family-owned, community-driven business. And for that, we are thankful. If you're looking for a truck or SUV, pop in and one of our seasoned professionals will get you a great deal, hassle-free. Come trust our team at Wolf GMC Buick. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
Oh, hold up. Are you pulling my beard? Booster Juice has 2 new booster balls for the holidays this year.
That's right, Santa. The Eggnog Booster Ball and Caramel Pecan Pie Booster Ball are 2 new flavors to put some extra jingle in your step. So are you a pie guy, Santa, or a nog guy?
Both. Oh.
Good call. That's extra jolly. Happy holidays from your friends at Booster Juice. Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Bring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy. With special guests Haley Benedict and Morgan Clyburn. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Hey, you know winter is really freaking cold, right? So play it smart. Don't get caught freezing in your car with your pants down and no power. At Big Toy Shop right now, lead-acid batteries are just $129. $129 is a great price for a good start. Big Toy Shop. Power up and save some bucks at Big Toy Shop, 8315 Argyle Road, 780-298-2797.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Nectar.io. Learn more about how we can help your business automate processes, streamline operations, and save money at Nectar.io. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 7:25 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on a Tuesday morning. So glad you're with us again. Stay safe out there. We had a couple texts in already just with the roads and some sleet to sort of rain pellets, probably turning into more a flurryish afternoon as the day progresses. I think the high of the day was like at midnight last night or 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to get colder as the day progresses, and that's going to mean that the roads are going to slick up a little bit. So be careful out there. Hey, Duke, who was that on? I couldn't place that singer.
It's the Roadhammers.
That's the Roadhammers.
Jason McCoy.
Oh,
Clayton Bellamy.
Roadhammers. I don't think I know too much about the Roadhammers. Duke.
Really?
No, not a lot.
Canadian group.
Yeah. The Roadhammers.
Yeah.
Hey, I never asked you what you thought about Post Malone at Dallas in the halftime show there.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch? Oh, okay.
No.
I
I didn't watch any of the halftime shows in real time. I saw quite a few clips of the Jack White and Eminem one in Detroit, which was pretty sick. I mean, it's amazing. Like Jack White I think he's one of the best ever.
Really?
And like, I'm not saying I'm some super fan, but when you see him up on stage, like kind of, he's not a guy that's in the headlines very much on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis, but he's really can still put on a heck of a show.
Really?
I saw clips of the Post Malone one. I didn't think there was anything special. And I like Post Malone. I think he's good. And who was, do you know who was the nightcap one? Oh, was it Lil Jon in Baltimore and Cincinnati? I didn't see any clips of that one.
Didn't see that
but I bet it was great.
No, I didn't see any of the Detroit one or any clips, but Eminem, I like that
he's
guy.
Detroit legend.
He's pretty old too. How old would he be? Like 50?
Got to be getting up there, I think.
What was that? He had the song too, the one song where the Oilers in their playoff run.
Till I Collapse?
Is that what it is?
Probably.
I don't know.
I think every sports team ever has used that as a kind of come out song, a intro warm up song type thing.
Yeah.
Gets a guy fired up.
What is it, the music, the moment, the whole thing? What is it?
Well, that's Lose Yourself from the movie 8 Mile.
Well, I think that's the one.
Oh, okay.
One shot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lose Yourself.
Okay.
Also used a lot in those type of situations.
Oilers in Minnesota tonight at Rogers Place. Again, Minnesota, when you think about it, man, oh man, everyone talks about the Central Division, but when they talk about the Central Division, obviously it starts with the Colorado Avalanche, and for good reason. Why would it not start with the Colorado Avalanche? They've been the class of the league so far, 18-1-6. Dallas, though, on a 4-game winning streak and just 4 points behind. Then you look at Minnesota, 8-0-2 in its last 10. The Wild had that overtime loss on the weekend to Buffalo, but prior to that I think they were on a 6-game winning streak. So this is a team that is getting it done in close games, because if you look at goal differential, they're only at +5. So they're winning all the tighties, man. They're winning all the tighties, and that's one of the reasons why they are where they are. As for the Oilers, they go into this one with a record of 11-10-5. Zach Hyman hit the score sheet in Seattle, his first goal of the season on the power play. That was a pass, by the way. Leon Draisaitl trying to find Connor McDavid at the side of the net. Leon with a bit of a bullet pass, and McDavid was darting in. Hyman in between goes off the skate and in past Joey Decord, his first of the season. Hyman also has 3 assists for 4 points in 7 games. So yesterday, the Oilers returned to the practice facility ahead of tonight's game, and Zach Hyman had some of these comments to the media.
Zach, I noticed you're talking doping control chaperone. How's that? It's just a random. So are you one of the random guys getting tested?
Yeah, it's just Olympic doping stuff. So kind of get called and get called. I came off the ring. And you're getting tested, and that's it.
That's it. You've been through that before, right?
Yep.
So not a real surprise, not a concern. Is it ever awkward when all of a sudden they come up, or you expect it?
No, I mean, no. We've NHL wise, we get tested all the time, so you're used to doing your business with somebody watching, and it's kind of part of the job.
Nice to get that first one out of the way, I guess, and kind of build on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Back to hockey. Sorry, I was going.
Not sure how you heard it that one.
Yeah, it's good to get that one out of the way. Yeah.
How do you kind of build on that now? You have an opportunity here, 5 at home, to kind of gain some traction, move up the standings.
Yeah, it's a big stretch for us. Obviously, put a lot of road hockey, and to be able to come home, establish our game at home, we're usually very good at home, and it's a fun building to play in, and we've got the most amazing fans, so it makes it easy to come to the rink every day and play. So it's going to be a good stretch for us to get back on track, and Saturday was a good start.
Is the team feeling in a little bit of a different place now? You've been home for a while, you got a little bit of rest, you're coming off a pretty decent, complete game.
Yeah, exactly. And some guys back, obviously Nuggy and Lays are coming back, and hopefully some more guys coming back shortly. So anytime you're getting healthier, it's a good thing too, and rest definitely helps that.
You guys are used to your pros. You've been on the road a lot. You've played all the different seasons. Was the start of this season with that much travel really that much different? Like I said,
You're asking the wrong guy. I only played 7 games, but I mean 7 games? Yeah, I mean my first 5 were on the road. It's different. 6 or 7 have been on the road, which is different.
should
So
we look at a team and say, hey, everybody has to travel? Or was this a particularly hard start of the season?
well, I mean, it just you take away, just you take away all the players on the team. Just look at schedules. Our schedule is probably the hardest. The first 25 games out of all 32 teams. We're on the road, 16 of 24. The road trip I came back on, we had 5 in like 13 or 7 in like 12 or 13 nights. So there's no excuses. Everybody goes through stretches like that during the year. Ours came early. Make of it what you will. We still wanted to play better on it, but we're fortunate now to be in a spot where we have 5 home games coming up, and in a spot where we can really kind of vault ourselves up if we start playing well.
Yeah, the common belief is that we've watched this before. Struggle for the first 20-25, you find your game, you get going over Christmas, you turn into the team we expect you to be, everyone expects you to be. Are we on that path? Is it too easy to just think that history will just repeat itself?
We'll find out. I mean, I think our locker room has been through it before, like you mentioned. We've been through adversity. We've been through outside noise. We've been through all the kind of chaos that comes with it. We have expectations. There are external expectations, but the internal expectations are probably stronger, right? So we're used to it. We know we have how to play better, and I mean, you can be the judge of whether you believe in us or not, and I think we've proven it year over year.
Zach, for the last 2 years, you're a top 10 defensive team. For the start this year, it really wasn't there. Seattle was the one game where they never really seemed to gain any extended momentum in that game. You guys really limited a lot of their chances. When they did have a good chance, which every team will, Stewart made some big saves. Is that the point that you feel you need to build on the most as a group, is to get back to being that solid of a defensive group?
Yeah, I think we played better. I think there is room for improvement. I think when we're playing our best, we're smothering and we're spending a lot of time in the O-zone, and that's what kind of limits the defensive play. And I thought our special teams took a big step. The PK was phenomenal, and Stu leads that, obviously. And then the power play went 2 for 2, so that definitely makes it easier on the 5-on-5 aspect of the game. But I think it doesn't happen overnight. I think you build towards where you want to go, and I thought that Saturday was a very good step, and we have the pieces to continue to grow and build and become the team that we all expect that this team should be.
That's Zach Hyman addressing the media following practice yesterday. Again, Hyman, it's going to take a little while here to find his groove. And you think about the amount of rehab, the amount of everything that this guy's gone through. No one would work harder. No one worked his ass off more than Zach. I mean, he can talk about how tough it is to get back from any injury. This one, very difficult. But the good thing is, I mean, you still got your legs. You still are able to make sure that the strength in your legs is there. You can skate, you can do that. But it's the feel, it's the hands. Everyone that's played hockey knows when you have the puck on your stick and it just doesn't feel right, it's an uphill battle. And that's where he is. And it's going to take him a while. I mean, you talk about that goal that he scored last year, the zinger of a wrister. You know, it's going to take a while for this to, get to back where it was. And hopefully that can still happen. You know what? The last time that the Oilers won a season series, well, they won the season series against Minnesota last year. That was the first time since 2018, 2019. They had a pair of road wins last year, and they really gave it to them on the road, won 7-1 in one of the games. But we'll see what happens tonight. It's the first of 5 at home for the Oilers against the Minnesota Wild. Coming up on the schedule, it's Seattle, Winnipeg, Buffalo, and Detroit. Winnipeg with the goaltending situation, and Seattle again after what the Oilers did to them. So this is the toughest test out of the 5 games tonight. This is by far the toughest test. Buffalo, well, we know what the Sabres are. Detroit, after a good run following a poor performance in the season opener, have come back to the pack outside the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference. And then Buffalo and Winnipeg and Seattle. So, I mean, there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity here to go on a bit of a roll. When we come back, we'll hear from probably Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch. It's the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
For a silly hockey fans, your partner in power just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey Culligan, I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.ca.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing-based wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy corn hose pips. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your U-clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
Did you know The Brick is proudly Canadian-owned and operated? We started right here in Canada over 50 years ago. Now, our 5,000 team members are proud to be your neighbor in more than 200 communities across Canada. And we support all Canadians with a growing selection of quality-made Canadian products and manufacturers. Nobody knows more about furnishing Canadian homes at the guaranteed lowest price than us. The Brick, saving you more.
Visit thebrick.com and use our store locator to find a Brick store near you.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
He's a legend in the booth and a master on the mic. Low Tide brings the banter weekdays from noon to 2. Sports 1440 is where Edmonton talks sports. Get in the game. Text 833-401-1440.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Heavy Truck Auction is this Thursday at 9 a.m. with tridem, tandem, and single-axle trucks, including tractors, decks, dumps, plows, vacs, man lifts, pickers, refuse trucks, and more. Info at maauctions.com.
Subaru is built for winter. Symmetrical all-wheel drive delivers power with incredible control, stability, and grip. Add 220 millimeters of ground clearance, and you're not getting stuck in snowbanks. You'll drive right through them. And inside, luxurious heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Plus, for 19 years in a row, Subaru vehicles have earned top safety pick status, giving you unmatched peace of mind. Subaru is engineered for Canadian winters, built for real-life confidence. Welcome to Uncommon Standards.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Equipment Auction is this Friday at 9 a.m. featuring graders, excavators, forklifts, loaders, man lifts, skid steers, plus commercial trailers including 3 unused 2023 Timmins 55-ton triaxle lowboys. Info at maauctions.com.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 741 in Edmonton. That's my favorite BA song, Duke.
That's listener Tiger's favorite as
Is
well.
it really?
He always requests it on a Friday, and I tell him, like, Tiger,
yeah,
you can send me this any day, but on Friday I play BA and Tina.
That's right.
It is known. It's in stone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's always jonesing for that one, so it's pretty good. Sporty.
I like
Sporty
it. It's got a
spice.
little upbeat to it.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Jets goaltending situation, and I was just watching the highlights with Eric Comrie being pulled last night after the win in Nashville. Milic came in, and I guess I was a little off. He had 15 saves out of 17 shot attempts. I was just looking at his stat sheet right now. So, but they're here on next Saturday, or this Saturday, I guess. This Saturday, yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Comrie's getting the start on Saturday. You know that, in his hometown. So, Oilers, as far as injury goes, like Jack Roslovic, man, you go back to that game against Dallas, both Roslovic and Trent Frederick blocked shots. Frederick left the game, didn't come back. Roslovic left the game, came back, finished the game. But it's funny, isn't it? You take that boot off, and all of a sudden she puffs up, and you can't get your foot back in, and then you take some tests, take some pictures, and next thing you know, I mean, Jack Roslovic's going to be out a couple of weeks here. And sometime around Christmas, maybe before, maybe after, but that's what we're looking at for Jack Roslovic, which is a big, big loss for this team because he's probably been the most, since he's been in the lineup, he's been the most consistent forward. It took him a couple of games to get going, but since that time, he's been the Oilers' most consistent forward in all three zones. Kasperi Kapanen, another guy that you thought that was coming back, and then just unfortunate practice accident and injury again, re-aggravating. Same thing with Kapanen as Roslovic goes, where they're looking at, around Christmas time, call it that. And Jake Wallman won't play tonight, but we'll see what happens there. What do you make of Roslovic, Duke? He's been really good.
He's been excellent. It's weird to say for a guy that joined the team at the on the timeline as when he did, but it's tough to imagine where they might be at without him at this stage of the season, because he has been such an offensive boost to the club and in the top six primarily, but filling in on the power play when Ryan Hopkins was out of the lineup, he fit in seamlessly there, give him a bit of a different look. Nuge back, couple power play points, so it looks like he's eager to regain his spot there, even when Roslovic returns. But yeah, it's been a good fit, right? And it's put some pressure on other guys across the lineup that maybe thought they might have had a bit of a cushy spot inside the top six, riding shotgun with McDavid or Draisaitl. Not the case, because this guy came in and has grabbed it by the horns and not let go.
And the one thing, and I've said this a few times, that I really like about Roslovic when he's playing with either Connor or Leon or both, is that he doesn't, as soon as he gets the puck, he doesn't look where either one of them are and defers to them immediately.
Yeah, it's not instinctually deferential.
Because we see it with every player. You see it with Podkolzin, you see it with Frederick, you see it with so many guys that get to play with these two players. As soon as they grab the puck, they immediately look for one of those two guys, and they send it their way as fast as they can. And it might not be the best play. It might not be the smartest play. But what Roslovic does is he looks for the best play. And that might not be to Connor. It might not be to Leon. But what it is the best play. And sometimes that best play is hanging on to the puck and making something happen by, initiating something yourself, which actually is better because it opens up more ice for those two guys when he's playing with them. After yesterday's practice, head coach Chris Knobloch addressed the media and had some of these comments.
Option for tomorrow, or still a little bit ways?
No, he won't play tomorrow. He's still, not quite ready.
That game, from a coaching perspective, what did you like most about that performance that you feel you can build on heading into this homestand?
Well, I thought we defended really much better, gave up fewer chances, and but I also like our players' engagement. They were a little bit fired up, and we took some more penalties than we would like to, but there was a lot of energy and a lot of togetherness on the bench and on the ice, which I think is very important to play an entire season. And but we got to be careful on not taking the penalties, and maybe there's some penalties there that probably, maybe in my opinion, shouldn't have been called. But I don't know. Just everyone just seemed a little more engaged, a little more fired up.
How about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? I know I spoke to you on his return, but maybe just at a different angle. How's this team different with and without Ryan?
Well, you look at how Ryan touched the game the other night. Penalty kill. There's a turning point in the game possibility. We're up 1-0. We've got a 5-on-3 for almost 2 minutes, and Ryan's a big part of the reason why we killed that. He had a key block shot. And then on the other side of it, power play, we go for 2 for 2, and he gets one of the goals, but he has a big part in that dynamic. So, and then also just 5-on-5. He's a tremendous player. I thought that line of Rico and Yanni together, you feel that they can chip in offensively, but certainly, those three guys are probably our 3 best penalty kill forwards. So you have those guys on the line together. They should be pretty reliable against other teams' top units.
Are you hoping to get extended with Nugent-Hopkins, Draisaitl, and McDavid in center just to keep them center?
Well, we will go with the same lineup as we had the other nights, and I thought they played well, and hopefully we can build some momentum with the lines that they are.
So the last 2 times a Central Division power team came through town, things didn't kind of go the way a lot of people wanted them to. Now you got many. Is your team in a bit of a different place now than it was against maybe Colorado?
I think so, but after the I guess both those games going into those, I don't think we're under the best circumstances going into those games. One coming off a long road trip to the Dallas, and then after the Florida game, the other one previous was after Dallas. We had a couple of days off and then played. But right now, we certainly have anticipation that we're going to play a lot better than we did in those 2. I don't see how we can play worse. But, I don't know. I think the guys are ready, committed to playing some good hockey, defensively especially. And this will be a good test. Minnesota's next to Colorado, probably the hottest team in the NHL, playing really well, and it'll be a test for us.
How valuable is the rest and the practice time that you guys have finally been able to get over the last?
Well, right now we get into a little bit of a rhythm where we practice, sprinkle in a optional skate once in a while before games. Before, we really just didn't have any opportunities to have that schedule. We, the first 50 days of the schedule, I believe we played 25 games, and we had about 6 or 7 practices, which is not ideal. We've had some practices. We had 3 last week, another one this week. We can work on things, but I think most importantly, it allows players to make plays with the puck. And morning skates, they get it, but they don't get the competition. They don't get to receive a pass under duress. So it's a much different situation. Now we've got practice. We can up the tempo. We can put them in situations where they're being confronted. So now, because I felt like our biggest downfall early in the year, us not playing up to standards, was our puck play, and I think that should be a strength of ours. And I think it was really we weren't executing very well.
When you talk to this boys game, a lot of young players would be saying, "Oh, I only got 7 points, played 26 games, not playing so good." You're the coach, what do you say?
Well, I think ice time's a good indicator of what the coach is saying. I put him out there as on the penalty kill. He's on their second year power play, and he's playing top 6 minutes where, maybe he hasn't been putting up the points, but he's been making some nice plays with the puck, but he's been able to retrieve pucks, which is very important. If you're always defending because you couldn't get a puck back, then nobody wants to be on the ice with you because, you're just always defending. But, last few games, pretty much every game that he's played with, he's been hounding pucks. He's been trying to, break up plays, and he does that with his speed, but also he's a smart hockey player. He knows where the play is going. So yeah, I think the points will come, but it's not that I look at the lineup and say so and so's only got so many points and I gotta demote him or promote him just on that, because a lot of those points is under circumstances. You might be absolutely lucky, or you might be just a recipient of playing with somebody who's providing the offense. I'm not concerned about his lack of goals or assists.
That's head coach Chris Knobloch yesterday, following the Oilers' escape, taking Sunday off and practicing Monday. And then this schedule, when you look at it, coming up in the next few days is checkerboardish, with games Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The Oilers will take Sunday off, I would imagine, back to work on Monday ahead of next Tuesday's game against Buffalo, and then another one on Thursday against Detroit. And then it's the last road trip, basically the last road trip where they're heading out into the Eastern time zone. They got a back-to-back with Toronto, and they've got Montreal on the weekend, 13th and 14th, and Pittsburgh, Boston, and Minnesota return engagement. Having said that, it's a back-to-back with that game in Minnesota, then a home game on the 21st against Vegas. So that's a tough schedule on a back-to-back there right before Christmas. Text line 833-401-1440. The Real Duke texts in, good morning, team. How about the Olympic ice being smaller than NHL standard? Hello, Tom Wilson, the Real Duke says. I mean, this has to be a cause for concern. This whole building venue in Milan, I mean, what is going on here? I mean, did you not know that the Olympics were coming? The biggest priority right now for the NHL isn't the fact that it's going to be, I don't know, call it 196 feet as by 85-ish, whatever it is. The bigger problem here is the rink going to be ready in time. But, for one thing, I mean, the Olympics saying, and I understand when you have the Olympics in Vancouver or, in an NHL rink, call it wherever it is, you can't really mess around with the measurements. It's going to be 200 by 85. But how, when you're designing a building and you know what the Olympic measurements are, and you even know what the measurements are for NHL standards, it's 200 by 85 in the NHL. How do you not at least have 200 by 85 for Olympic hockey? So that's the talk right now. It's going to be 196, 197. Maybe it's 198 by 84. Who knows what it is? What do you make of this, Duke? This is a big black mark for the game, in my opinion.
It's very it's very on brand with IOC happenings and people taking issue with how they go about their business and how they operate. And this is just another case of not taking care of business that they should and maybe worrying about things that don't matter.
What would happen if all of a sudden next year at the Olympics for basketball, the court is a foot or two shorter?
The hoop's
9.5. You know what? We didn't have enough extension to bring the bracket down from the ceiling. It's not 10 feet. It's 9 feet, 10 inches. That's what the hoop's going to be. What are they going to make the nets different? This is so unacceptable.
Yeah, putting chainmail nets in instead of actual netting.
I mean, chicken wire behind. Eh?
Yeah.
Imagine chicken wire. Putting chicken wire behind the
puckboard backboards.
It's just unbelievable how this could be happening. And again, we're less than we're not less. We're 2 months away here. I guess a little longer than that when hockey starts. Having said that, I mean, I would imagine that some of the women's games are on earlier on in the week too, the first week. I just don't get it. Don't get it at all. When we come back, double barrel shotgun with our hockey insiders, Mark Spector, Rogers Sportsnet, Frank Saravalli from Victory Plus TV. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Nectar.io. Learn more about how we can help your business automate processes, streamline operations, and save money at Nectar.io. Nectar.io, your business made better. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Couple of games across the NHL. Last night, the Blue Jackets beat the Devils 5-3. Sid Crosby, 2 more goals en route to passing Mario Lemieux on the Penguins and NHL all-time list. Pittsburgh topping the Flyers 5-1. Sabres over the Jets 5-1. The Ducks get past the Blues 4-1. And Tyler Toffoli, Macklin Celebrini, and Will Smith all with big nights as the Sharks double up the Mammoth 6-3. Week 13 in the NFL wrapping up from Foxborough with the New England Patriots taking care of business against the Giants 33-15 the final. Drake May 282 yards through the air, a pair of scores, taking over as the new frontrunner for MVP of the league. And on our side of the border, Toronto Argonauts expected to promote Mike Miller to new head coach of the team. Miller has been the team's quarterback coach for the past 4 seasons. And on the hardwood, 9 games total yesterday, including Dallas over Denver, 131-121. The Bulls fall to Orlando, 125-120. And the Lakers losing to Phoenix, 125-108. From the MLB offseason, free agent Devin Williams, pitcher, had reportedly agreed to a contract with the New York Mets. Williams spending last year with the New York Yankees could possibly fill the departing Edwin Diaz's role as the closer with the Mets. Coming up in hour 2 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Sportsnet's Mark Spector and Frank Saravalli from Frankly Hockey on Victory Plus TV. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique family-owned independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
It's the most festive sale of the season, the Big Bin Sale at Metal Supermarkets, now through Saturday. They're clearing out everything in the off-cut bins at 30% off. A wide assortment of miscellaneous metal, 30% off. And remember, metal makes a great stocking stuffer, right, kids? Now go build your dad a nice shelf for the garage. The Big Bin Sale ends Saturday at Metal Supermarkets. The convenience stores for Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
Miss golf during the off-season? Of course you do. So head to the Leduc Golf Club and try their state-of-the-art golf simulators. Perfect your swing, enjoy delicious food and beverages, and even book a lesson with one of the Leduc Golf Club pros. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or just starting, the Leduc Golf Club simulators offer a great way to keep your game sharp any time of the year. Call or visit the Leduc Golf Club today to book your spot and swing into action all year round.
Kevin Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite Junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:01 in Edmonton. Time now for On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. And right now, you know what? They've got year-end deals that you do not want to miss. If a vehicle's on your list, you know what? Come on out and see us because there's no lineups like at the mall, and we can deliver just like Santa. And they got tires at cost. Check them out at northgategm.com as we welcome in Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. Good morning, Spec.
So I'm snowing yesterday, and I'm bragging to someone about how I got this awesome little all-wheel drive from Mike up at Northgate.
Yeah.
Little terrain, and it's like, yeah, all-wheel drive. I never had all-wheel drive. And the guy says to me, "But don't you have a four-wheel drive truck?" And I go, "Are all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive the same thing?" I don't know. I guess so. What do you think?
Unless you got 8 or 10 wheels on your vehicle, Spec. I don't know. Like, are you driving one of those amphibious things that you see, or what?
I don't know. Like, I lived my whole life thinking that all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive weren't the same thing. But when you really think about it, I think they're the same thing, Kev.
Well, I'll tell you what, Spec. I used to have an 85 Jeep Renegade. And when you had to get out of your vehicle and lock in the hubs.
And lock the hubs in.
Yeah, lock them in. And then you'd have
I'm not that old, but I've heard of those trucks.
Yes, whatever. But that thing would go through anything, that Jeep Renegade. So
Yeah. Hey, listen, like, I don't know. I didn't drive a truck till I was like probably 45 or 50, whatever. And I will say to you that in an Edmonton winter, there's a lot of days when you drive around in two-wheel drive and whatever. But when it gets ugly, and you've put her in all-wheel drive on this little train, or I got a Chevy truck Silverado, when you're in four-wheel drive, it makes a huge difference. You feel safer on the road. There's no doubt, especially on the highway, man.
And winter tires, man, in town. Winter tires. You got to have that grip. It's a softer, softer make of the tire. And
I think somehow, like, you got to just admit I'm Canadian, and there's certain things I have to do to drive around Canada, and that's two of them.
Yeah, no question. Hey, did you walk to the rink or drive to the rink? Did you find your way? Did they save your parking spot while you?
Yeah. I went to the rink, delivered, gave Leon back his keys, and everything was good.
Yeah, I'm sure that was brought up. Yeah, here, Spec. Did you change the bedding, Spec?
Oh, of course. Left a nice bottle of wine on the kitchen table.
Yeah. I was listening to your interview with your question to Zach. Well, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I know. It kind of hit me when it was halfway up my mouth. I forgot he hadn't played in all those games, but
yeah.
Anyway,
I got a chuckle out of that one. But, anyway,
you know what? That might be the first dumb question I've ever asked.
No.
Hey, wait. Well, what are we laughing in the background?
Well, everyone, Duke, they're all laughing, man.
Yeah, first time for everything, Kev.
Yeah, exactly. So good to be back in the saddle anyway, Spec.
Yeah. It's like I wrote a piece today, and I'm like everybody else in town, Kev. I'm trying to figure out if, in the last couple of years, a moment came where the Oilers did get out of this early season thing and found their game and were a very effective team for the remaining 2/3 of the season. And obviously we know where it all ended up. And I'm like you, man, and every listener out there, I'm wondering if we're at that place again, or, are we Minnesota's a really good team.
Yeah.
So I'm not even saying you got to win against Minnesota. They've beaten everybody. They got an 11-game point streak going. Their last month, they're 11-1 and something.
Mm-hmm.
Not many teams beat many right now, but you got to come out tonight and play a game we recognize, play a proper version of your game that if Mini does win, they got to play a hell of a game to beat you on your home ice, and not one of these games we saw against Dallas or Colorado where you're not even in the same ballpark here. We're looking for a team that shows us it can play 2, 3, 4 good games in a row, not just one, Kev.
That's the whole thing in this little home schedule. Now you have some normalcy. You're at home for, a week and a little bit here, but it's all about the commitment for me, Spec. And I mean, we haven't seen that commitment for an extended period of time. We see it during games for, 3, 4, 5 shifts. We might see it for a period. We may have seen it for a game, but we haven't seen it for an extended period of time. And that's the thing that's been missing. And to your point, Spec, I would say that everyone thinks that the ship can be righted, even in town, fans, et cetera, media, inside the locker room especially.
Yep.
But would you say that maybe the last 2 years it's happened a little bit sooner than December 2nd?
I guess I'd have to do the math on
Yeah,
it, but
I think it's
probably
been a bit
yes.
before.
It's been a later, no, mid to late November thing. But I think there's, I would say this to you, Kevin. Yeah, sure. Maybe it happened a week and a half, 10 days earlier, last couple of years. But the last couple of years, they didn't play, whatever it is, 16 of their first 27 games on the road, or 18 of their first 27 on the road, I think it is. So this has been a different year. I'm not making excuses. The schedule's what it is. Now they get the easier schedule, but this schedule, they haven't had a schedule like this ever, frankly. They've never had such a tough start as this. They've had the toughest road schedule in the National Hockey League, and I'm not using it as an excuse, but it's reality. You got to cut them a little bit of slack for that, don't you?
I think so. Jack Roslovic's going to be out till somewhere around Christmas. And I mean, he's been, when you look at since he returned late, obviously, to the season, and it took him a couple of games to get going, would you say he's been the most consistent Oiler?
Yeah, he's been their best winger for sure. And I think we sort of judge him against the newcomers because he's a newcomer. And, you're not comparing Trent Frederick's work to Jack Roslovic, not in a million years.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew Mangiapane hadn't really been that effective either. So certainly, you went and you signed Frederick early, and you'd say he's going to be our guy, and we like this guy. We signed to what did he sign, an 8-year deal or 7? I forget.
8 for Frederick.
Yeah, 8. And then you go out on free agent day in January or July 1st, and you sign Andrew Mangiapane. And those are guys you say, this was in our plans. This is our master plan. We're signing these guys. Roslovic kind of fell in their lap, right? Yeah. Roslovic came down the pipe late, and Bowman snapped them up wisely. And it's, as it turns out, the guys you thought long and hard about haven't been that good. And the guy that you've made a little quicker decision on in Roslovic, perhaps. Mm-hmm. I know they talked about him in the summer, but it happened pretty quick. He's the guy that's been the best. So for sure, Roslovic, he's a loss. He's a good sniper. He's working well with these two centermen. And I'll just tell you right now, he's had a better start than I thought he'd have, not having had a camp or anything.
For sure. I'll say it again, Spec. I brought it up with you, and I did so even this morning. And to me, the biggest thing with Roslovic compared to anyone else that's played with Connor early on is that as soon as he gets the puck on his stick, he's not looking to give it back to them. And he's looking to maybe make the best play, not the play to give it back to Connor or Leon. He's looking to make the best play. Whereas the other players that have played with those two guys over the years are just deferring back to those two. Yep. And because that's been the operative moto, just to get to the net, give it to those guys, go to the net, get to open ice. Jack doesn't play like that.
No, I agree. Mangiapane could probably take a page out of that book. Yeah. I'd like to see him be way more assertive than he's been. For sure, though, you got it right. I don't know what it is about the hockey culture. Like, the hockey culture is so, the ideal hockey player is the most selfless guy out there. Being selfish is probably the worst. Like, I could probably count on, honestly, I've been writing hockey for 35 years. I could probably count on one hand the times I said that's a selfish player in terms of actually writing it down in my copy. That's a huge insult. It's like when you say the team quit. You better be damn sure yourself if you're going to tell a team that they quit. That's a swear word in a hockey dressing room, and so is selfish. And it manifests itself by what you just talked about. Guys say, oh boy, Connor McDavid's on my team. I sure can't appear to be hogging the puck around him. I got to give it to him at every stage. And it doesn't make you better, doesn't make your team better, doesn't make Connor McDavid better. But we've watched it happen here for years now, haven't we?
Yeah, no question about that. Mark Spector with us from Rogers Sportsnet. This Minnesota Wild team that's coming in, very quietly, like Kirill Kaprizov, he signed the big deal. He's got 17 goals, 31 points. What do you like about this team?
Well, I can't believe that this team hasn't accomplished more than it's accomplished. I had a beer last night with Joe Smith from The Athletic. He's up here covering the game.
Yeah.
And, look at all the good players they have. I mean, now they got a wicked tandem. Gustafsson's an excellent goalie, and now Wallsted's up. So you got goalies. You got Brodin on defense. He's a really good Olympic level hockey player. You know, you got Spurgeon, Jared Spurgeon to me is one of the most underrated defensemen in the game. People don't know how good he is. I think he's fantastic. You got Brock Faber, who was got Calder votes, right? He's a wicked good defenseman. You know, you got Kirill Kaprizov. He's one of the top paid players in the game now. You got a bunch of guys up front like Boldy. I love Foligno's game. And, you know, there's a big list of good players. And every year they get to the playoffs, they make it in the first round, they lose out. Like, Bill Guerin's built a nice team there. How come they never accomplish anything, Kevin?
It's a great question. For some reason, for one, they're in the toughest division. So wherever they match up, right? Wherever they match up, it's going to be a killer. You know, it happened.
They lost to Vegas in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, it happened last year. You know, when you saw Colorado and Dallas play. So someone's going to end up playing one of these two teams if it's Minnesota. And it's going to be a hell of a first round. Like, it's going to be the toughest assignment that you're going to draw. What's been missing? You know what? Maybe some depth. When you look at, they've had the top end guys in Kaprizov. The other guy Matt Boldy's just a hell of a player too, Spec. The way he plays, really good.
Rossi's a nice player.
Yes, Rossi. And I mean, Boldy and Rossi are just 24. So they have the youth there. They have the guys that are able to take this team moving forward. But maybe it is a guy like Faber that's coming out of, not saying nowhere, but I mean, they handed the kid a big contract that kicked in this year. Now they got Ziv Buim, another young defenseman.
There's another guy.
You know, so maybe the pieces, maybe what it is, Spec, and we can get back to this for what we've talked about for years. Because Billy Guerin, when he bought out Suter and he bought out Parise, you knew that they were playing with less than house money, way less than house money, $15 million less per year. That's finally gone now. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's just the fact to get a player there, you know, with that money.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it respectfully. I love when you look at their lineup and look at them on paper, and I'll tell you this, I think every Oiler fan out there who's listening would agree with me. When they play Edmonton, they look like a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Oilers never win in St. Paul, and it's always a tough game up here. Like, I find, you know, sometimes when you're scouts, I've heard scouts say this, sometimes when you're scouting a player, you just happen to be in the building every time he plays a great game. And then when you're not watching him, he's not so good. And you overvalue the player. And I feel the same way with Minnesota. Every time I watch Minnesota play, they look like a world beater. And then I turn them on in the playoffs and they're losing again.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get it. And it should turn like that. You know, and I know people are saying, yeah, but they got Colorado and they got Dallas. Hey, when do you turn into Colorado and Dallas? When do you become the team that people say, oh boy, it's Minnesota, how are we supposed to beat them? It's time for that organization to turn a corner. Like, they're ready. They got talent. They got guys. I expect more than a first round exit from the Minnesota Wild.
Why do you think the Wild, Spec, they've had 91 power plays compared to the Oilers 63? Is that just because the Oilers 5-on-5 haven't initiated enough?
Yeah, 5-on-5. Like, we all know this. Your power play count is a good indicator of how effective you are 5-on-5. And I think we all have watched the Oilers and seen they're not that effective 5-on-5 this season, or they haven't been. And they don't have enough guys drawing penalties. You can't just live on the penalties that McDavid and Draisaitl draw. You know, other guys have to take a puck to the net and draw a penalty too. So yes, that's a huge indicator, Kev, of a Minnesota team that's obviously been too much to handle 5-on-5, and teams are taking penalties against an Oilers team that hasn't drawn enough 5-on-5, and we all know the reason for that.
Absolutely, Spec. Well, we'll see you down at the rink tonight.
Yeah, it's early for you this morning. I'm not sure you'll make it for the Oil, but
yeah, I mean, by the time I get down there, they're all gone.
Yeah, they're all gone on a game day.
We got Tommy Reed. We got Tommy Reed coming up later today. Spec.
Hey, do you?
Yeah. You know, even how many times have you had a meal in Tommy's restaurant?
Oh boy, I've been in Tommy's place. Anyone in St. Paul, if you ever find yourself there, it's not the fastest town. Like, there's not a ton going on in St. Paul, but Tom Reed's got a bar there, hockey bar. If you want to have a good meal and a couple of drinks and watch a couple of hockey games, that's the only place in town to be, man. Tommy Reed's. Tommy Reed gets the thumbs up from this hockey writer, baby.
Yeah, and like the pictures too, right? That's the.
Oh, it's a classic old, like it's an American hockey bar. I can count on one hand the amount of American hockey bars I've been in. Fours in Boston was one, and it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
No, Tommy Reed's is a period piece, man. It's a wonderful place. And guess what? Sometimes you're in there and Tom Reed walks up and buys you a drink, and that's awesome.
Yeah. I got to know him when I was lucky enough to do the games with Rod, and
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Those two guys would sit around and laugh and whatever.
Oh man,
I just sat there and drank wine.
All right, man. Enjoy the conversation.
See you down at the rink, buddy. Take care. That's Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This truck's for you. When we come back, Frank Sarabali from Victory Plus TV. It's the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. It's not lost on me that this radio ad competes with a lot of other dealerships on the air. So what sets us apart? Honesty. At Northgate, we believe in giving you the very best price we can with the most value possible. We aren't giving away free trips or paying off your credit cards, but it is my promise you will get exactly what you paid for every time. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
Top quality flooring, locally owned, and Canadian products from Beaulieu. Yeah, that's CFI.
CFI what?
No, CFI, Custom Floors Inc.
From free estimate to professional installation, contact Custom Floors Inc. at customfloorsinc.ca.
Looking for the perfect used ride? Now's the time. Drive away for as little as $25 bi-weekly. Go Auto has over 7,500 used vehicles in stock with something for everyone. From budget-friendly cars and road trip-ready SUVs to powerful work-ready trucks. With around 70 locations across Canada, your next vehicle is closer than you think. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or buying for the first time, we've got the right ride at the right price. But don't wait. These deals won't stick around forever. Start shopping today at goauto.ca.
We want orange. Give us the orange. We want orange. Bring back the orange.
You got it, Canada. Booster Juice orange smoothies are back by popular demand. The original, the marathon, and orangesicle smoothies are back and bursting with tangy zest of oranges. They're Canadian favorites. Orange, you glad they're back? Only for a limited time. So squeeze the day, smoothie lovers, and head to a Booster Juice near you now. Booster Juice, Canadian born, blending since 1999.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Missioner Allen Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Heavy Truck Auction is this Thursday at 9 a.m. with Tridom, tandem, and single-axle trucks, including tractors, decks, dumps, plows, vacs, man lifts, pickers, refuse trucks, and more. Info at maauctions.com.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian, and support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Missioner Allen Auctioneering's next Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Industrial Auctions are this Thursday and Friday at 9 a.m. These major events include multiple lanes selling a large selection of multi-purpose trucks, equipment, and commercial trailers. Info at maauctions.com.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 821 in Edmonton. Just got a text from Dougie Hicks, former Edmonton Oiler, who was Tommy Reed's defense partner. Hicksy and Tom Reed played with the Minnesota North Stars back in, what is it? I guess the 70, what season would it have been? 76s. Hicksy, you better text me quick. What season would it have been? 75, 6, somewhere in there. Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm just checking it right now. 74 to 78, 4 seasons. Hicksy played with the Minnesota North Stars. Number 6 overall draft pick, Doug Hicks, in the 74 amateur draft out of the Flin Flon Bombers. Friend of the show, been on many times. Thanks for that, Hicksy, and we will say hello to Tommy Reed for you. And we got Frank. Yeah, hey, let's welcome in our headliner of the day. Brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing, draining clogged pipes. Like 3-pointers for all your plumbing needs. Go to mrrooter.ca as we welcome in Frank Saravalli from Victory Plus TV. Good morning, Frank.
How you doing, Kevin?
Good. How was the weekend for you, big guy?
It was great. Thanksgiving is tremendous, and really fortunate to be surrounded by family and friends.
And you went to that Eagles game on Friday too?
Oh, I knew you were going to bring that up. And yes, it was quite the letdown.
Well, come on, Frank. A little bit more than that.
Yeah, I don't know where that team's going, but.
Well, okay. How about this, Frank? Would you be surprised if Dallas won the division?
Yes.
You
Just
would?
mathematically, yeah.
I get it, but man, the way the Cowboys are playing and the way the Eagles are going, wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty big swing though, and the Eagles.
I get it.
The Eagles hold a lot of time.
I get it, but you never know. We'll see what happens this week. Hey, so much to talk about. I want to start at the Olympics because we had a lot of texts this morning about the ice surface and being shorter, I guess, by 3-4 feet, whatever it's going to be. What's going on? I mean, how big of a black mark is this to hockey? What's been going on with this facility in Italy?
I mean, a black mark to hockey, I think, is a bridge probably too far. I do think it's definitely a stain on the IOC and this process in Italy. This is the largest indoor arena in Italy that's being built. And the fact that we got to late October, nearly Halloween, and the roof wasn't even on the building yet is highly alarming. And obviously the contingent of NHL and NHLPA, traveling party that would be going to view it, they've been concerned, and they've been concerned for a while. Now, I did see the commentary about the ice surface, and I got to tell you, that's not one of my chief concerns when it comes to staging an Olympics. Like, it's so much bigger than that. There's so many logistical nightmares and things going on. You need the locker rooms and team space to be ready. You need tech, infrastructure, broadcast, lighting, concessions, bathrooms. Like, there's a million things that go into getting an arena ready. And the fact that we're sweating and it's going to be mid-January before they could even potentially do a test event, it's not good for anyone.
See, I'm going the other way, Frank. I mean, and maybe I guess this was John Cooper saying that the ice surface is going to be a difference of 3 or 4 feet from NHL size. Now, like what would happen?
Old school, like Boston Garden vibes.
The odd, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's shorter in lengthwise or width, but like, what would happen, Frank? How big of a stink would be made right now if the NBA and the Olympics, all of a sudden the court's 1.5 feet shorter? People would be going bananas.
They would, but it's not in the NHL's control.
I understand
They're not building this facility. You said a black mark for the game of hockey. I mean, the league and the PA have put their best foot forward. They're handing off the best players in the world to the International Olympic Committee for a 3-week stretch. It's up to them to get it right, and they're the ones who are multi-billion-dollar stakeholders at a way larger scale than the NHL is. So I put it on them.
Well, I'm not. That's exactly who I'm putting it on, Frank. But at some point, doesn't the NHL have to say, like, what are we doing here? We're shutting down for you to make billions and billions of dollars, and you're making a travesty of our sport.
That's been the NHL's stance forever. wait, we're pausing our game at the height of our season on the back end of the Super Bowl, which is the time when fans in this country, at least, actually start paying attention to hockey. I call it National Hockey Month. And yet we're in this spot where the league has been saying forever, there's no tangible benefit to us. We don't make money off of this. We halt our game and lose important revenue. We subject our players to risk. And yet we do it because why? Why do you think the NHL hadn't gone in forever?
Well, because it's no benefit to the league. The players want to go. This is on
That's
the
it.
players want to go.
Players and country pride. That's it.
Frank Saravalli with us on Sports 1440. Carter Hart, Frank, do you think he gets the starting assignment tonight after his recall from Henderson?
Yes, that is the expectation. And obviously the Golden Knights, who have been scuffling over the last month or so, they need him to step in and play well. And I think the real interesting part about Carter Hart getting his first game in almost 2 calendar years is that he really didn't look very good in Henderson. An .839 save percentage over 3 starts there, and clearly has some work to do to knock the rust off. And, look, he's been practicing with the Golden Knights for about 6 weeks now, so he should be pretty close to ready. But nonetheless, getting back into NHL game action is a totally different beast.
What do you think reaction will be?
I think Golden Knight fans have made their voices pretty clear. They were disappointed, so much so that the Golden Knights still have not sent out a press release announcing Carter Hart's signing. They only announced that he signed a tryout agreement, which of course we all knew was going to be converted into a contract. And look, anyone that pays, anyone that's a fan of the game has a right to feel however they want. I think there's a couple important distinctions to be made. One, that Carter Hart included, these men all went to a trial and went through the entire process and were found not guilty. And not guilty is also different than being innocent. And you can make whatever statement you want about the morals of the players, and I think certainly up for debate to participate in events such as those. And that's up for you to decide. But to go through the entire criminal process and to be found not guilty, even people who, and I've made this point before, even people who are found guilty and serve their time have a right after the fact to earn a living. And whether that's in the NHL or whether that's as a carpenter or a plumber or whatever, you have that right. And that's what's been afforded to Carter Hart and now Cal Foote, who signed an agreement in the AHL with the Chicago Wolves on Monday. That's life. That's how it works.
Frank Saravalli with us on Sports 1440. Here in Edmonton tonight, Frank, we got the Minnesota Wild coming in. I just had Spec on, and we were talking about the Wild, and Spec asked me what's different about this Wild team than what we've seen in the past. And the only, they haven't been able to get over that hump, as you know, in the playoffs. Is this finally a time where they can? And the Parise Suter contracts are gone, but I mean, we know where the money's gone to Faber and Kaprizov. Do you know, would you be able to put your finger on what you think has been missing in Minnesota? And do they finally maybe have that now, maybe moving forward?
Yeah, I think the window for the Minnesota Wild to win is just opening. The core of their team is really quite young. And that massive Kaprizov contract will, of course, loom large. But when you compare that to the bargain deals that, I mean, look at Matt Boldy and the season that he's having and the contract that he's locked up to for the next number of years, those things are all going to balance out pretty nicely. I think the Golden Knights are a ferocious team to play against. I think they're big, they're heavy, they're strong. I think they're well suited for playoff success. And I really like where the Minnesota Wild are heading. I think they're going to be an aggressive team when it comes to this deadline to try and get better. And also in the summer, that they finally have that freedom and flexibility to do things a little bit differently. And so, haven't gotten over the playoff hump, so to speak, as a franchise. But I think they're just beginning to enter into that stage and era where they can have a different conversation. And they're in really good shape. If you're charting out teams that are going to be really good over the next 5 years, they're in my top 5.
So when you say Billy G is going to be aggressive, what do you think? What's missing? Is it something depth on third and fourth line, some size, some grit? What do you think?
No, not size, not grit. They've got that in spades. They need more scoring help. They could use some support down the middle if at all possible in a perfect world, but add them to the list with a million other teams that are looking for center help. They can't. The reason why they struggled early this season is they were over-reliant on Kirill Kaprizov to score. And they can't be a one-line, one-player team. They haven't been, which is why they had a tremendous month of November, and why I think what we've seen on the balance, meaning put aside the crazy run and the Jesper Wallstedt numbers and how ridiculous those have been. If you were to say to me at the beginning of the season that the Minnesota Wild would be 14-7-5, I would have said that's bang on.
How impressive are you, Frank, with Tampa Bay's little run here, especially with their big 3 defensemen on the shelf?
Yeah, it's been super impressive. 7 straight wins. What's been really crazy about that run is in 5 of the 7, they've given up 1 goal or fewer. And so they're not allowing a lot. And basically, if you look at this 7-game sample size, they've put the puck in the net at times too. So it's been a great marriage on both ends. And in fact, their goal differential over this 7-game win streak is plus 20.
Yeah.
That encapsulates their entire season, which is plus 19. So they've played their best hockey of the year. And you're right. They've done it at a time when they've been missing some significant defensemen. By the way, the Dallas Stars tonight, they're going to be without Leon Bichel. He's going to be out for a bit of time. They're playing 3 AHL defensemen. There's been teams that have been banged up all over the league, Carolina included, that have found a way, despite significant injuries, to be really successful.
Hey, you never took in that Pittsburgh Flyers game last night, did you, Frank?
I did not.
What did you make of the Blake Lizotte pitchfork to the pills on Hathaway?
Some would say that Garnet Hathaway has had it coming based on the way that he plays. I would argue that it's still just about the most gutless thing you can do.
So is this just a fine or what?
I think it's one of those that teeters on the edge. I'd give a game for that.
Yeah, I was saying that the same thing this morning. Might as well, because you know what? We've seen more of it this year. Or maybe am I wrong in that?
I think there's always a couple that pop up every year.
Connor took one.
Some trying to do it a little bit more stealthy than others.
Yeah.
But I thought you were going to ask me about Sidney Crosby on pace for 59 goals.
Okay, well, how about that then?
My mind is blown watching this goal scoring production. I mean, this is a guy who has basically for the last 10 years or so been topping out in the mid 30s. And I think just twice in the last 11 years, he's hit north of 40. To be in his age 38 season and seeing this level of production and continue on, even as the Penguins have faltered a bit, has been very impressive.
You think he could win the Rocket Richard?
I mean, he's now a couple goals back of McKinnon. I think it's probably a stretch, but I mean, if you would have said to me at all that Sidney Crosby's flirting with 50, I would have been floored. And the fact that he's on track for 59 is crazy.
Yeah. So what kind of accomplishment would that be if he were to even be sniffing around the Rocket Richard sometime after the Olympic break?
Oh, I think it sort of puts him in that pantheon of, players who were great early and late. And Gordie Howe is really kind of the only one that I can think of that has really done that at that level at that age. I mean, think back to Wayne Gretzky's 39-year-old season.
Yeah.
I mean, he finished with 9 goals in his 38-year-old season. Same exact age that Sidney Crosby is now. And he had 9 goals. Crosby has doubled that, and we're not even near the halfway point of the season.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get to where we're talking, but I mean, he's got a hell of a chance to get 40, which would be an amazing.
I think you can put 40 in the bank right now.
Well, before you get to 50, let's get to 40. And then what is he? 7-8 back of Mario here?
Yeah, closing in on Mario in points as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. One last one for you, Frank. The Jets had a players-only meeting. I mean, we all know what the problem is with Hellebuck out, but do you think they get it back on track after this meeting, after that loss last night in Buffalo?
It's hard to say. They're in a really tough spot because I think it's really clear that Thomas Milic is an AHL goalie and that Eric Comrie is a backup and firmly planted in those positions as well. I mean, this team has really struggled. They've had issues with the depth on their back end. They've had issues with their second line. If you go back and look at the numbers since December 1st, so now we've got 32 days of sample size, the Jets have been in the bottom 5 of the league in most statistical categories. And so I think it's time to sound the alarm. Connor Hellebuck can't get back fast enough, and you better hope that knee scope doesn't leave him, lingering, because they need him, and it's been ever clear this year that they're over-reliant on him.
Good stuff, Frank. We'll talk to you on Thursday. Have a good one.
See you, Kevin.
That's Frank Saravalli from Victory Plus TV, and our headliner of the day brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing. Hey, the plumber to call when the toilet mysteriously breaks, and the true goat of local plumbing. That's mrrooter.ca. When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts. A lot of them rolled in during Mark Spector, during Frank Saravalli. We'll get to those when we come back. It's the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
As 2025 comes to a close, GS Construction would like to take the time and thank our crews, our partners, and our communities for another successful year of teamwork and growth. Together, we've helped keep Edmonton and the surrounding area moving by building and maintaining the underground infrastructure that keeps everything running smoothly. It's been another year of dedication, pride, and hard work the team has put in to make it all possible. To learn more about our people and our projects, visit gsconstruction.ca.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Tired of the same old holiday tunes? Spice things up with the sound of a Wilhauk beef jerky bag being torn open. It's the carol that everyone wants to hear, promising a chorus of tender, perfectly spiced beef jerky. This holiday season, make sure you're Wilhawking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Call to place your pre-order today at 780-986-2537.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing-based wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy corn hose pips. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your Yule clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
Weekly NFL giveaways, drink specials, huge screen TVs. The hits keep coming at First Round, Edmonton's NFL headquarters. Watch NFL football at First Round, and you could win a trip to your favorite NFL city for a regular season game next season. Catch NFL action Thursday nights, all day Sunday, starting with the Pro Bowl brunch from 10:30 to 2. Then Monday night with half-price boneless wings after 6 p.m. First Round, burgers, beer, sports. Downtown and Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Pente sauce.
Buddy, quit rolling up to the bar and looking like it's grade 9 grad and you're wearing your dad's old work suit. Do yourself a favor and call Game Day Suits.
Game Day Suits is Alberta-based and makes fully customizable, made-to-order suits. Perfect for hockey teams, wedding parties, or even the office crew. Book your free consultation at GameDaySuits.ca.
I'm rocking one right now. I look deadly.
You know they can't see you, right?
Okay, Mr. Announcer, you want to go, tough guy?
Game Day Suits.
This Christmas, Subaru is proud to support the Little Warriors, a national charitable organization dedicated to protecting children, raising awareness, and helping survivors heal from the trauma of child sexual abuse. Join us for a Phil Forrester event at Rally Subaru in Subaru City. We're collecting much-needed items like AAA batteries, art supplies, backpacks for kids, winter gear, and laundry essentials. Drop off your donations at either location and be entered to win a free detail package. Thank you for your support from Subaru.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 842 in Edmonton. Man, I thought Donnie P was at the controls here for a second. The biggest trooper fan on the planet.
The world's biggest super trooper.
I didn't know that he was a big fan.
I didn't know until you guys told me when I got back.
So on Friday, you're going to be running the show here, and Donnie will be at the controls. So, and it's going to be Playlist Friday.
He'll probably try and slip in a little trooper.
What if he played Trooper at the 740 break? Could you imagine
It's at that point, he's the one on the sticks. It's his call. I won't necessarily be happy about it, but it's not much I can do.
With our picks, you've said several times on this fine program that Donnie P had to make a couple of selections when you were gone.
5 total, I think.
Not 5 total.
I can tell you exactly how many.
No. Like was it 5 total?
I bet.
And what was his record?
I think he was 2-3.
2-3. Okay, not bad. So I'm going to allow Donnie to sewer me on Friday. So
nice.
What we'll do on Thursday, Duke, we'll pick the Thursday night game and we'll add a Saturday night game. And then
a college game?
No, a Sunday morning game. Pardon me, my fault. A Sunday morning NFL game. We'll add that. So it'll be a Thursday and Sunday morning. And then Donnie will pick the Sunday night game or the Monday night game, I guess, if he chooses, or what?
No, we picked the Monday game on Monday. So he will have his choice of whatever game we add, the added Sunday game or the Sunday night game.
Okay.
That's what he'll have his pick. Or no, I guess he won't because I'll pick first.
He'll just pick.
So whatever one I don't pick.
He'll pick the Sunday night game, which is, what's the spread on it? I don't even know.
I'm seeing KC minus 3.5 right now. But because you're going to pick Thursday.
But that's no fair because it's Houston and I want you to pick this game.
Well, I would. Have you watched the Texans lately?
I know.
They're unstoppable. I'd be taking Houston all the way.
Nah, I'll let Donnie pick because Donnie will take KC. I know he will.
Yeah, but what if I pick that game?
Well, you won't because you get to pick the Sunday morning game.
Oh, and we have to do that before you leave, you're saying.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
We'll do that on Thursday.
Gotcha.
I'll tell you what. No, here's what we're going to do. I just changed it. Right.
All right.
I feel like Josh when he was doing that question for the $50 gift certificate from first round. What was the question again, Josh, again? Could you remember what it was?
How could I forget?
Yeah. Okay, you know what? We got 15 minutes here before the next, so we should be able to get her out, right?
No, I don't know. I think it was more of like a 17-minute long. No, it was, where did Sam Darnold rank among all quarterbacks on Sunday? Full PPR, 7-point touchdowns. But
even an extra bonus or 6
or 6-point touchdowns, but that's my bad. But I had started it off with him. I was like, he was perfect in the first half of the game or whatever. This was whatever it was 4 weeks ago now, but mouthful.
Remember it like it was yesterday.
I do. How you're never gonna let me forget.
No.
How are we? I how are we going to decide what the extra game on Sunday is? Because we won't. If we're doing it Thursday, then Eddie won't be here. Normally he throws it in.
So
Are we gonna get Laddie to pick
here's
it?
what we're doing. So I'll pick the Thursday night game,
Right.
and then you and Donnie and Eddie can figure out what the extra game is on Friday, and then
I'll pick.
You
and then
guys,
Donnie will pick.
Yeah, you guys pick.
All right.
And
So
then
you're just making your pick and jetting.
on
Are you leaving Thursday afternoon?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to leave. I'm going to leave you and Laddie for the last segment.
Oh boy.
Is that okay?
I don't know. Well, I can tell you exactly how it'll go. It'll just be 15 minutes of Laddie dogging you for leaving work early.
No, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be 15 minutes of your personal relationship.
Well, if I'm in the driver's seat, I'm going to steer conversation away from
It doesn't matter. He's just going to.
I'll tell Donnie to turn Laddie's mic off. Not that ever makes a difference either.
Well, actually, it'll be Josh because it's right.
Oh yeah, I guess Donnie won't be in on Thursday.
Donnie won't be here yet.
Oh
It'll
boy,
be Josh.
Could be in tough.
Oh boy,
could be in tough.
Well, I'm teaming up with Laddie for sure. Sorry, Brandon.
So, and I'm only leaving just for peace of mind for Laura, because the flight's at 1:00.
Oh, you're flying?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's got to be plenty of time. No.
Is it an international flight?
No, it's a domestic flight.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
So if a guy leaves here
at 11,
and
you swing by, pick up,
I'm not picking up anybody.
You're meeting Laura at the airport?
She's going out there already.
Okay.
She's concerned about the time.
She's concerned about you.
She said that I'm going to miss the flight.
Oh, like she's driving herself to the airport.
Yes.
Essentially, or taking a cab or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's like, because I can't wait for you. You're going to make it too tight.
She's concerned that I will miss the flight. So I said, you just go early.
At that,
and there's other people going too.
At that time of day on Thursday, I think it'd be very standard. It'll take you 25 minutes to get to the airport. Do you have to go home? Are you going to have all your luggage in the car or what?
I've got everything. I got nothing. Like I'm not.
What, you're not checking a bag?
No.
Ooh, I thought you have to check a bag. What kind of loser doesn't check a bag?
That's what Laddie's going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not checking anything. I'm not taking much, but it's a quick inner outer. So
okay.
I mean,
so you should be able to be at the airport by like 11:30.
I should be walking in the airport doors at 11:45
at the very latest.
Yeah.
Hour 15 to get through just security.
Yeah. And get to the gate.
Yeah.
That's lots of time.
I don't know about lots of time, but it should be enough.
Did I ever tell you that time, Duke? This is long. This is years and years ago. And you're going to like this one, Fenny. It was May long weekend. I was going home and I was late. I got to the airport parking at whatever time, and the shuttle was going to the airport, and I flagged this guy down, and he backed up, and I threw my golf clubs in there and ran into that.
Where were you going?
Regina.
From
here.
You're flying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's way back then.
High
Duke,
roller.
No, Duke. I'll tell you. Well, here's the thing. It wasn't an $800 return flight to Regina and back here. You could go to Amsterdam for less. Anyway, so I'm like, get to the gates the whole bit. Like, I mean, I had the golf clubs the whole bit. Get to the gate. Get there in time. Oh, awesome. So I'll get back to Edmonton 3 days later, hung to the nuts. Just, you wouldn't believe, Duke, after 3 days of boozing and golfing with the boys. There's a note on the windshield. You left your truck running.
No.
Yeah. So it ran itself out of gas, and then the battery would have died.
But who left the note then? Didn't someone come and turn it off for you?
Well, were they going to break in?
Well, how did it lock if the truck was running? Was this a truck with just the stem on the door and
just the keyless entry?
And
I threw the keys in because I always never took my keys. I left the keys inside because
and you just took your fob.
Yeah, no, it was a keyless entry with the code.
Oh,
so
okay.
I didn't need a fob.
Oh, this was on your Explorer.
Yeah, this is
20,
this is 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. So it's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's about 6'8" tattooed guy comes from Leduc, and he's got to have a jerry can, and he's got to have a booster. He's got a boost as well. So I said and he knew who I was from Global. I said, have you ever seen anything like this? Like how stupid this? He goes, no, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, man.
Hey, I don't disagree. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is bad. Text 833-401-1440. Quite a few regarding the dimensions. And am I out to lunch here about how this just is unacceptable? And am I crazy to say that the comparable is during the Summer Olympics if the NBA basketball courts or the IOC basketball courts were 1.5 feet shorter? Like, what are we doing here? Am I wrong here, Duke? Or like, you want to chime in? Like, people are saying, well, it's, even Frank was going, it's more about the build. Frank's more concerned about the concessions. I'm going like, no, like it's 3.5 feet, 4 feet.
I do think that it's ridiculous, but I'm kind of a little split here because I do agree with you that it's insane that this is even an issue, that you're building this multi-tens of millions, billion-dollar facility, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, the rink's actually not, we don't have enough room to make the rink the right size, or whatever the situation is that led to this happenstance. But also, like, I don't think there's there's nothing the NHL can do. Obviously, it's not a black mark on the game. It's just another black mark on the IOC.
But
and on these Olympic Games, like if in 20 years, when we look back, like we look back on Salt Lake City and we remember the Looney at center ice and things like this, are we going to look back and say, man, I can't believe the rink was 3 feet short? We might, like, that'll be a fun fact or something, and we'll say, like, how stupid was that? But I'm not sure it'll really last. It's dumb. But I'm with you about the comparison to the basketball, that there would be much more national headlines, like ESPN and Fox Sports and NBC would all be talking about this on every broadcast they do on an NBA game on any given night in a lead up to the Olympics. That's not really happening here with this.
How many, like, we have so many construction workers that listen to the show. Send us a text in. Like, this would be the equivalent. Like, if you are building a house or you're building whatever, something commercial, a massive thing. What happens? Well, the architect draws up the plans. The plans come out. The general contractor looks at the plans and he goes, okay, well, this has to be so-and-so by so-and-so. This is how big it is. All of a sudden, oh, we're short a couple of feet here. Let's just take it off the rink. Like, that's what this is so stupid to me. I'm not catching it. I don't know. Text 833-401-1440. Tim says, I agree. This is insane. I should be bigger, and it should be. It's supposed to be bigger. I understand when you can't make it bigger, like Vancouver in 2010. I can't remember what Sochi was in 2014. For some reason, they said when they were building this, it was going to be NHL standards at 200 by 85. But if it's now 197 by 85 or 198 by 83, whatever it is, oh no. Kenneth says, repeat the dimension stock. Well, no one knows what it is. They don't know. All that's been said is John Cooper yesterday saying that it's going to be 3 or 4 feet difference than NHL. Ben Dangles, did some IOC members pocket the money? Oh, man. Well, there's another, that's a 4-hour show right there. IOC, soccer, whatever. We could go into this forever. Tim says, I'm from Cranbrook. They built a new pool 15, 20 years ago attached to the WHL rink from the now gone Kootenay Ice. But they built the pool 1 foot short, and now they can't use it for competition purposes. Wow. And, of course, our buddy Connie texts in, Duke, Austin. KK, do you wish they would shorten the ice at Argyle so you wouldn't have to skate as much? Take a breather and relax. Never seen old Kenny zip around the K-Man last week, Duke. And for the first time he ever cut across, when we're on the same team, cut across to accept the pass. Just like Jonesy did when we were in Castor. Connie's scared to go across the middle. He's one of those guys that's scared to go across the middle. When we come back, Andrew Schlecht from The Athletic covers the OKC Thunder. They will be going for win number 21 tonight against the Golden State Warriors. Before that time now, for Sports 1440 update brought to you by Loca Quality Market. It's not your average grocery store. We're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie, pizzeria, and get this, it is all under one roof. Shop local at loca.ca. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Handful of games in the NHL last night. New Jersey Devils losing to Columbus 5-3. Sid Crosby, 2 more goals in his pursuit of Mario Lemieux on the all-time list. Penguins over the Flyers 5-1. Jets losing in Buffalo 5-1. Ducks over the Blues 4-1. And the nightcap, 3 points each from Tyler Toffoli, Macklin Celebrini, and Will Smith as the Sharks double up the Mammoth 6-3. Week 13 in the NFL wrapping up last night from Foxborough. New England Patriots get another strong performance from quarterback Drake May. They beat the Giants 33-15. On our side of the border, Toronto Argonauts expected to announce Mike Miller as the team's next head coach. He served as the team's quarterback coach for the past 4 seasons. On the hardwood yesterday, 9 games total, including the Lakers losing to Phoenix 125-108. Utah over Houston 133-125. And Milwaukee, they fall to Washington 129-126. MLB offseason reports have former Yankees Devin Williams agreeing to a contract with the New York Mets on a 3-year deal. Williams served parts of last season as the closer for the Yankees bullpen. Coming up in hour 3 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Andrew Schleck from The Athletic, covering the NBA and the OKC Thunder, and we'll check in with a new edition of In or Out. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and people who suffer brain fog might think it's just going to be part of their life. But listen, I've seen a 38-year-old man managing a concussion read her kid a bedtime story without losing the plot, all because of cognitive rehab that rewires the brain like a GPS reboot. Your brain isn't broken, it's buffering. One missed beat in focus, memory, or balance snowballs into frustration, falls, or forgotten keys. Stroke, concussion, long COVID, even aging can all lead to brain fog. Cognitive rehab works. Check us out at leadingedgephysio.com before your next Where'd I Put My Phone moment.
Wing Wednesday at First Round. Whether you're coming for the first round, the last round, or a few rounds in between, they've got you covered. With half-price wings every Wednesday night. Half-price wings. Over 35 delicious flavors like Cajun salt and pepper, maple bacon, and Inferno wings. Now half price every Wednesday night. Wash them down with a cold pint of Canadian or Coors Light for only $5.75. Half price Wing Wednesdays at First Round in West Ed and now downtown. First Round, burgers, beer, sports.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca. Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake, but it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But what's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
It's your All right, welcome back to the big program. 9:01 in Edmonton. Time now for the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where the biggest sale of the year continues with the Jeep Compass. Hey, it's a Jeep. What more do you want? 4x4. It includes that 8.4-inch touchscreen. Got the keyless entry. It starts at $34,900. Only at stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome back Andrew Schleck from The Athletic, covers the NBA and the OKC Thunder. Morning, Andrew. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What do you make of this game tonight, Andrew? OKC in Golden State. And it was 10 years ago when the Warriors set the record at 73-9 for the best mark in NBA history. And now it's something that the Thunder are chasing. Are there some parallels here that you see, Andrew?
Yeah, I think there certainly are some parallels. You know, the Thunder built organically as that Warriors team did. I think that they have similar chemistry too. You know, Draymond Green has been asked about it, and you know, obviously you have to kind of start with this base level of talent, but then it's like, what is the chemistry like? Do these guys actually like playing together? Do they like each other? And there's certainly a parallel there. You know, I was in the locker room after their last home win, and specifically the chemistry between Shea, J-Dub, Chet, and Alex Caruso was just on like full display after the game. They were all, you know, joking around, really enjoying their time together, talking about different strategies that were implemented during the game, and kind of going back and forth. And like, you can just really tell, like, these guys not only love playing together, but they just enjoy being around each other. So I do think like, that is a piece of that puzzle as well. And then it's the defense. You know, you think about that Warriors.
Hey, Andrew, we're gonna call you back. I think we got just kind of a scratchy line here, so we'll call you right back, and hopefully this next hookup is a much clearer. It was just a little thready, a little scratchy going in or out. Andrew Schleck from The Athletic covers the OKC Thunder, and again, you know what he's talking about is something that I don't think a lot of people maybe believed there was a possibility in it happening. You know, when Golden State went 73-9, and again, it's 10 years ago, Steph Curry was, what would you say? He would have been in his absolute prime, if you want to call it that. And that's the parallel. I mean, maybe SGA is in, well, I don't even know if he's reached his prime yet. So there are some parallels there. Let's welcome back Andrew Schleck. How's this connection, Andrew? A little bit better for you?
I'm hoping this is better.
Yeah.
Does this sound better to you?
Better on our end, for sure. Andrew Schleck from The Athletic. So maybe just continue on there, Andrew, about what you were talking about with the parallels between this team, OKC, and 10 years ago in Golden State.
Yeah, I think that after we talk about like chemistry and talent, I think it's really about the defensive upside. You know, Golden State was a really versatile defense, and they had that, they called it the death lineup that would just pour in points during those third quarters, and they would also just stop teams and they would turn teams over. Well, the Thunder have pretty similar stuff going on there, and it's specifically in third quarters where, you know, Shea has only played in half of the fourth quarters so far this season, and a lot of that is that they are just able to the people calling it an avalanche of points on these teams. And you saw similar things with that Warriors team, is that they would just knock out punch teams in the third quarter, and the Thunder are doing, you know, really similar stuff. And also the other parallel is like that Warriors team didn't lose to bad teams. You know, it took care of everybody on their schedule. And even if these aren't good teams, like that's just the schedule the NBA gives you. And so, yeah, the Thunder have taken care of business. They don't really lose to bad teams. They really have only lost to one team. That's the Blazers. And that was second night of back-to-back on basically 3 hours of sleep for everybody. And so there were, you know, schedule circumstances there for them. But Yeah, I think there's a lot of similarities. And then from Shea to Curry as well. I think both those guys lead in similar ways. They both have similar joy for the game. They obviously play very different, but when you talk about like their leadership, I think you can draw some pretty good parallels between those two.
And you could say the rich keep getting richer. The return of Jalen Williams has just been phenomenal in the sense that, when you miss a quarter of the season, so he's even going to be fresher when it comes down the stretch run here. Maybe just touch on that, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen he's coming back to a team that has already been playing really well, and he kind of gets to be additive. And the good thing about Dub is that he kind of understands. Like he's not going to like Kool-Aid Man, bust through the walls of this team and try to like, hey, I'm the all NBA, all defense, I'm all these things. Like, no, like he understands I got to fit in. And he even said after the game the other day that he wants to, pass to the guys that have been making shots while he was out. And that was kind of his mission. And so he's slowly trying to integrate himself back into the team. He's really starting defensively and then with his passing, but you got to see some more self-creation in the last game. The kind of interesting thing about Dub is that I think a player that really helps him on that second unit is when they play with Isaiah Hartenstein, who happened to go out the first game that he was back. And so, he's having to work himself back and then also not have Isaiah Hartenstein. But yeah, I mean, getting to add a guy like Dub to the team not only adds, a great offensive player, a versatile defensive player, but team chemistry also goes through the roof when he's actually on the court with them and can contribute there. It's just another thing that's additive, not only in the box score, but something that's additive just to the personality of the team.
Andrew Schlecht from The Athletic, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. When you mentioned about how OKC's been clubbing everyone to death here, before you get to the fourth quarter, that's allowed, as you said, the minutes to be spread out a little bit more than what you need to do in as far as the urgency of having guys play. Is Chet Holmgren taking the most advantage of that with what he's done in his minutes per game, Andrew?
Yeah, it has really allowed them to kind of manage his minutes in a way that I think you kind of need to with Chet, especially the way he started the season. He was having some back problems and just things here and there that were kind of bothering him physically. And so letting him kind of ease his way into the season, I think is good. But man, I'll tell you, Chet is just a warrior. There have been games where he hasn't had it going offensively and he still just battles. And I was asking him in the locker room the other day, like, you did not have a offensive performance that you would have wanted to, but like he still just continues to battle. And he said like he just has this competitive switch that just gets flipped on and he just can't stop. He's like, I'm either going to compete or I'm not going to play. And so, Chet, because of that, probably does need some management. Caruso is the same way. Like Alex Caruso is somebody that they've had to manage his minutes and he's, missed a game here. And I think that Chet is not going to miss games like Caruso, but I do think that, them blowing teams out is a good thing for Chet for sure.
Andrew, do you think that this team has more depth this year than even last year? And I mean, just even look to, a guy like AJ Mitchell, who's the third leading scorer on the team. What are your thoughts on that?
I think the depth is interesting because it's really pretty much the same team from last year, but everybody's improved. I mean, like you go up and down the roster and almost everyone has improved, and that is kind of like added to their depth. Because I think like the added depth that we thought the Thunder might get would have come through like Thomas Sorber, but he tore his ACL during the summer, or it may go through Nikola Topic, who is dealing with testicular cancer right now and going through chemo treatment. But really the added depth has really come from the internal development of guys like AJ Mitchell, and even Isaiah Joe's a little bit better and Aaron Wiggins is a little bit better. I even think like Hart's a little bit better. Like all these guys have just gotten a little bit better and the chemistry is a little bit better. So I do think like it feels like they have better depth. And, AJ's improvement is probably the biggest one because he's a guy that can get a paint touch whenever he wants. He can score at all three levels. He can play on or off the ball. defensively is probably where he's made his biggest jump. I know his like points per game has made a big jump, and he's passing the ball really well. But the fact that he can hang defensively was really not something people had on their radar when he was coming in out of the draft. And he has kind of changed his body. He is a lot bigger up through his chest. And so that's kind of allowed him to hang with guys that are a little bit bigger than him. And so defensively, he can hang, and then he can play just about any role that they need for him, which can be anything from 6-man scorer to facilitator to spot up shooter. And so, like, yeah, that has certainly added a different dynamic to the team.
Andrew Schlecht from The Athletic, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. Do you think the players talk a little bit about this record, or is it way too early? Even though they're 20-1, but you're looking at another 50+ wins here to even challenge things here.
Yeah, the answer that I get when I ask them about their record or going for this big record is that they really just try to stay present, like in the day to day. Because if you kind of push out too far, you're going to probably lose some of these games, which is kind of natural to do. But I think that really it's the leadership of Mark Daignault that helps them stay present. And it's been a really big part of his leadership really since he's been with the Blue. He used to do this exercise with the Blue back in the day, and Alex Caruso was actually on this team, but he would do this exercise where it would be where your feet are. They'd all kind of gather in a circle. They would talk about like being where your feet are. You're here in the practice facility. We're working on this and this and this, and like just trying to be as present as you can be in the moment. And so I know he still practices that kind of stuff with the team, which I think really helps them focus on just the task at hand. Because I do think when you think about, gosh, like we're trying to break a record that the Warriors had, I just think that your focus is probably in the wrong place if that's where you're trying to go. And I think you can exhaust yourself too.
Yeah.
Just like thinking of like what a big mountain that is to climb. And so I can't get anybody to say that they're trying to do it or they want to do it. They're kind of giving me like a real thundery canned answer of like being present. But I do think like it's not all like BS with them. I think that they really do try their best to stay present and in the moment.
What do you make of the schedule here, Andrew, too? I mean, it's quite favorable. I mean, they don't play Denver until into February, Lakers February, Pistons February. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's really just about national TV schedules. I think that this has been something that we've seen from teams like the Lakers for years and years, is like teams that they want to feature, they push everything to the back half of the year. I was actually talking to somebody with the Thunder about this, and it's like, man, like they actually have a lot of exclusive national TV games later in the year where like their TV crew doesn't even have to do the game because it's like it's just going to be on Prime or just going to be on NBC. And so that kind of just tells you that the league is really, after like not putting the Thunder, last year they didn't have the Thunder on Christmas Day, they didn't have them on MLK Day, they didn't really feature them on opening week either. They've completely flipped that, where they are featuring the Thunder in any spot that they can, and the schedule reflects that. You want to, during like the heart of the football season, they played the Kings 3 times already this season. It's like, let's get these games out of the way that we know aren't going to be marquee matchups for the Thunder, and let's save Denver. Let's save some Lakers games. Let's save, the Pistons. Let's save these bigger games for the Thunder. And so it's really just about that. It's when it comes down to it, it's about making money for the league, and they want, they obviously are going to be featuring the Thunder this season.
One last one for you, Andrew, in the sense that, and we talked about the rich getting richer with the return of Williams and things like that, but even in the future with the draft picks that have been accumulated here by the organization. It's insane to think with the lottery picks that could be coming and are probably coming the way of the Thunder. The team's only going to even stock that young cupboard of talent even more so. What do you make of what we're going to see here in the future with the swap rights with the Clippers, and I mean Utah's in there, Philly. Just maybe touch on that, Andrew.
Yeah, this is like all Presti's plan was like, let's have draft picks available when these players are starting to, get in their overlapping primes. And that's where they are now, is like Shea's in his prime, J-Dub and Chet are approaching their prime. And if you can add, first round picks and lottery picks to this team, you're going to have your best chance to have, a team that's good for not only like 4 or 5 years, but you can have a team that's good for 11 or 12 years if they can hit on somebody. And so this was always just kind of part of the calculus with this team. No one really knew that they would get this good this fast. But the Thunder planned for this years and years ago, for this to be the situation where they're a good team that has a lot of first round draft picks. A lot of people made fun of them at the time. Like, you can't, you're counting on middle schoolers to do yada, yada, yada. And it's like, yeah, like some of these guys probably were in middle school at the time, but now they're going to be in the NBA here. And so, yeah, I think the Clippers pick is the one that everybody's looking at right now. I think they have like the 6th or 7th best odds at this point right now in the lottery. And we've seen what's happened in the past, like the flattened lottery odds could lead to chaos happening. And if the Thunder drew a top 3 pick in this draft,
oh boy,
I think you would have people up in arms about it. But this is something that they didn't just fall into. This is something that was intentionally planned years and years ago when they were trading Paul George and Russell Westbrook and Dennis Schroeder and all these players. Like this is what they wanted. This is what they laid out. And it's all happening, at a pretty high rate. And like, the Thunder have 4 first round draft picks that be coming their way. I would not count on them picking 4 guys, but what I would count on is them maybe picking 1 or 2 and then trading those picks for other future picks. Yeah. So like when the Thunder are even better in 3 years, they could be cashing in on other picks that they acquire at this coming draft. And so the Thunder just really put themselves in a really favorable position to not only be good, but to keep this team together, at least keep the big 3 together with talent around them for many, many years to come.
Oh, I mean, it's just insane when you think about down the road what could be happening here. Andrew, thanks so much for this. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the game tonight with the Golden State Warriors. Take care. We'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
That's Andrew Schlecht from The Athletic. Covers the NBA and the OKC Thunder. And the game of the day brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where again, the 2025 Jeep Compass, well, it's almost the end of the year. You have a limited time to pull them in, starting at $34,900, only at stalbertdodge.com. I don't know. I mean, if they were to get a top 3 pick in next year's draft, I don't know. I was just looking at the guys this morning too, the top players. My number 1 guy is Boozer, the best name in the business. You can't beat a Boozer, right, Duke?
In this context, definitely not. Carlos is both his kids, I think. Are they twins? I think playing at Duke. And one of them is named Cameron. Was named
Boozer.
after Cameron Indoor, like after the arena that Duke plays at.
Really?
So pretty cool stuff. But I'm sure seeing those 2 kids rip it up in NCAA has a few basketball fans out there feeling a little old, seeing Carlos Boozer's kids getting ready for the NBA draft. But
Boozer.
Yeah, great name.
Yeah. When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts. Also coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have Tommy Reed, Minnesota Wild analyst, and Connor Halley at 10:20 from Fantasy Frenzy and the Jason Gregor Show. We'll go in or out with the Duke as well here coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. It's the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, presented by, oh boy, almost got her. Not quite yet. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
More Edmonton families than ever are struggling as food prices skyrocket. The Holiday Hamper Foundation provides festive meals for 2,000 homes in need. Your donation ensures a turkey is on the table for every family. Donate today at holidayhamper.ca.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake, but it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. What's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
Get ready, Edmonton. Glow Christmas Festival returns to light up the Edmonton Expo Center from December 4th to 31st with dazzling activities for the entire family. Wander the glowing trails, meet Santa in his sleigh, and shop from over 30 local artisans and vendors with handcrafted gifts and holiday treasures, perfect for everyone on your list. Get your tickets and learn more about what's on this season by visiting the calendar of events at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Edmonton sports fans stay informed with Sports 1440. Stream us. Listen to us on the AM dial. However you consume this radio station, thanks for listening.
When your driveway's covered in snow, Toro and the Lawnmower Hospital have you covered. Toro's gas or battery-powered single-stage power-clear snowblowers make it easy to clear right down to the concrete with incredible Toro-powered Propel technology. Face the next snow day without fear thanks to Toro and the Lawnmower Hospital. Visit lawnmowerhospital.com.
The Lawnmower Hospital.
Derry, it's a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking HBO originals, including It, Welcome to Derry, the much-anticipated new series from the world of Stephen King. Go back to where it all began.
There's something bad here in Derry.
It, Welcome to Derry. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
And Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 9:23 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on Sports 1440. Fenny, what did you think of Andrew Schlecht with the Athletic there, talking about the Golden State Warriors? Do you think they
smart
break
guy?
Hey, well, yeah. Do you think they can get the 74 wins?
I think they can. If they do what Andrew said and continue to clean up the bad teams that they have here early in the season, then I think everything works their way. They're so incredibly deep. They just have people that can fill in for anybody. So I think they can. Whether or not they do, I don't think so. 74 is a lot of games, but
You might be load managing guys too down the stretch, right?
Absolutely. But yeah, I think it's possible. Very possible. But
It's crazy. They got a 4.5 game lead right now in the Western Conference over the Lakers. Rockets and Denver are 5.5 back, just looking right now. So Raptors in action tonight.
oh yeah.
What do you mean, oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
Looking forward to it.
Especially if they have the red court.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite part personally is the red court.
Hey Duke, did we miss anything on the text line while we're kind of doing that interview? How about Tom in the Park? Excellent interview. Wow.
Oh, I knew you wouldn't miss that one.
KK, very impressed with your preparation and your basketball knowledge. Your questions were great regarding the Thunder It's players from Tom. Wow.
I didn't know you had a burner account.
That's very good. I did do a little research on it, though, from 10 years ago. And what's so funny?
Well, like you say that as if you don't do any for any other guest. You just go in completely eyes closed and wing it. Like,
but I do with some.
You're a seasoned professional, Kevin.
Like, no, with Spec or like even Frank, I don't, because we've been doing it so long, right? Those are the ones that I probably do less of. Would that be fair?
I think that's fair.
So, I mean, when you're doing the show, you have to do your certain amount, right?
Of course. You want to be prepared. We said it with Eddie yesterday. Well, failing to prepare is preparing to fail,
That's
Kevin.
Right. Well, so, Friday, you probably have the best guest list going for Friday, right?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be loaded.
Guys. Hey?
It's going to be loaded.
So, I mean, Thursday night. You got hockey on Thursday night or not?
No.
You don't have to do Oilers.
Critters
Walker's
don't
back?
play, do they?
No, Critters are on the 18th, I thought.
Yeah, that sounds right. But, Thursday night, I'm just going to be hanging out, watching the hockey game.
Yeah, so you'll be watching the game, Seattle, so you'll have everything ready to go with Eddie in the morning. So, but with Eddie, you don't really have to, prep a lot for. You just throw it out there, and Eddie takes it for a while, right?
Sure.
Depends
Eddie's good.
Depends on the mood Eddie's in.
That's a good point. It's a valid point.
Sometimes Eddie can be a little cranky in the morning. He's like that guy in the Snickers commercial, right?
He's got
or Betty White.
You're a little grumpy when you're hungry.
If Eddie didn't have his oats and whatever,
His gruel.
Awful.
Gruel.
Northside Lou texted, hey, KK, I texted you about this last week when you were saying that the rink would be less than international sized ice. And I said, no, it's less than NHL sized. I thought that was Southside Lou. Sorry, Northside Lou, but we got you. Conrad says, guys, the reason the rink in Italy is going to be short a couple of feet sounds like there was a miscalculation in the conversion from metric to imperial. That can't be true, can it be, Duke?
Well, maybe this is a joke, but if
it has to be a joke.
I can't believe in the year 2025 that something like that is possible. I refuse to believe it.
I was surprised, Frank, and I know Frank is pushing this towards the IOC. I get all that. But the NHL, I mean, they're a big time partner in this. They might not say, they might not come across as a partner because everything is IOC. There's no advertising on the boards. There's nothing. The NHL gets diddly out of it, except for awareness worldwide to grow the game. Other than that, the NHL gets nothing. So to me, it's befuddling that even when you're talking about a standard 200 by 85 rink, and it's not even going to be a standard NHL rink, to me, that is just so unacceptable. It's not even funny.
Yeah, but what would you have them do, Kevin? The NHL, is the NHL is going to say, all right, yeah, we're pulling out.
Well, what I would do right now, Duke, again, you got 2 months. Now, are you telling me right now that the boards are up? The seats are done, right?
Doubt it.
I mean, I assume so. You've sold all the seats are the seats in?
Doubt it.
Okay.
By the sounds of things, I doubt it.
I mean, you know what they do with rinks, and they push the boards back, and there's capabilities to do that at some facilities. Eddie Steele texts in. He's driving around. Come again now? Come on now, Eddie. Your buddy Nails. Is seasoned the same as pickled, Duke? What does that mean, Duke?
Well, I called you a seasoned veteran.
Oh, a seasoned. Oh, pickled veteran.
Are you a pickled veteran?
Chicago Blackhawks announcing that Laurent Brossoit has been activated from injured non-roster, assigned to the Rockford Ice Hogs for a conditioning assignment. This is a guy that was here for many years with the Edmonton Oil Kings. Was a great tandem in Winnipeg with Connor Hellebuck. But he hasn't played for how long now, Duke? This is a year and a half? Is it coming up 2 years? And that was a knee injury, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Frank Saravelli just reporting too that Liam Bischel will miss time with an injury that he sustained on Sunday. Boy, when Bischel went at it with Adam Henrique here on Tuesday, those two guys went at it hard at the side of the net. Bischel should have got an extra 2 on that, but credit Henrique. You know what? Credit Henrique the other night too, and Saturday for going after Marchman after the cheap hit on Darnell Nurse in the corner. That's what you want to see from a guy that's out of the realm, out of his comfort zone. You can see Henrique being more involved here and getting more involved and trying to, he's a guy that, again, just played his 1,000th game too, as we're talking about with Brendan Dillon. There's a situation where he is invested in this and he wants this so badly. I mean, this is probably his last kick at the cat here. Would you say that, Duke?
For
Adam Henrique. Like,
does he not have another year of a contract, or is this it? I can't recall off the top of my head.
I thought that this was it. He's a UFA next year.
Okay.
So he's 35. He's got the no movement clause. And everyone, because he signed the 2-year deal after the first cup.
There you go. That's what I'm recalling. I think it's probably too early to say that. Now, listen, should the Oilers go on another deep playoff run and find themselves back competing for a Stanley Cup, maybe they win this time around, then I think it's pretty easy at this age and everything he's accomplished at this stage of his career. Why not go out on top? A lot of players, you often hear them speak about wanting to do so on their own terms rather than the game force them out. And as long as you can still play, there is a team that will want to employ you. We've seen that with the likes of Corey Perry,
right?
Brent Burns, right? Still plugging away right now. But at this stage, Henrique, he's a bottom 6 forward on the Oilers. A lot of nights he's fourth line centerman, and there's things he can still do well, like kill penalties, win faceoffs. He's a very heady player. But if he were to leave Edmonton this summer as UFA and go land with Colorado or Dallas or another one of these teams that seem to be perennial contenders at this stage, would I be shocked? No, I think contending teams always need guys like that with experience, with leadership, and can do those little things inside a specific role. So I'm not so sure that I think it would be a last kick at the can.
I'm saying here.
Oh, and I don't think he would be back with Edmonton.
He could be back here like on a league minimum or $1 million a year.
I don't know.
But why? You're trying to get a little bit younger here at certain positions. So 833-401-1440. Dylan texts in, boys, you want to hear something ridiculous about hockey rinks? The new rink in Spruce Grove doesn't have concessions because the builder forgot to plumb in ventilation during construction. To the Duke's point, how in 2025 can we make these mistakes? So this is the new rink in Spruce Grove, Duke? Have you heard anything about this?
I have not.
Wow. Well, you got to have ventilation, Duke.
Well, I think health and safety would say, yeah, I think you do.
KK's from Husks. If NASA can mess up the conversion and lose the spacecraft, anything is possible. You know that one? Do you ever watch that show Mayday, Duke?
No, never even heard of it.
It's a show that it's about plane crashes, so it's exciting. Anyway, there was a plane that landed. It flew from, I think it landed in Gimli. It came from Montreal, but the guy, the fuel guy in Montreal, didn't do the conversion. He put in liters instead of gallons, so the plane ran out of fuel.
Really?
Yeah, he put in liters instead of gallons, and all of a sudden they had no fuel. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to go in or out with the Duke of Delburne. It's the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Don't look now, but I think we're being followed.
Oh, that's just my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Well, they're driving pretty close.
Because they're attached.
Save up to 15% on select tires until December 13th.
Cool.
Plus, get up to $125 off a set of 4 Goodyear tires.
Anything else?
Get $50 off $150 service when you buy those tires.
Well, that's handy.
Yep.
And weird.
Well, I love my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Book your appointment online today. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Aloha, Edmonton. It's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing season's heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just
Call Legacy.
They're professional, never rude, doll. You should
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Plus, no interest and no prints of payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Do you listen to sports radio at work? Like right now? Well, do you?
Who, me? No way. I swear.
Okay, friend, we won't tell. Tens of thousands of sports fans listen to Sports 1440 each and every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. If you listen to Sports 1440 at work, well, maybe it's time to advertise on Sports 1440 at work. Grow your business. Get your name out there. Shoot our ad team an email. Gregor@sports1440.ca. Let's get to work for you.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Hey everybody, it's Gene Principe and Jason Stredler. Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters and have some drinks with umbrellas in them, you could attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Jason Strudwick, Kelly Puckberger, Ron Lowe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. Don't miss out on every hockey fan's dream cruise, the Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. It's going to be one hell of a trip. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise, July 2026. Visit cast.tours/Edmonton or call 1-833-347-7678. Book now and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours/Edmonton.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 EEE. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. That's the toe tapper, Duke, is it not? Always. It's kind of a generational song. The older people like it, younger people like it. It just, it gets the toes a tapping. 9:40 in Edmonton. Time now for Are You In or Out?
Okay, you know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line, are you in or are you out?
In or out of what?
No time for questions, just action. In or out?
Well, then I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
All right, Duke, let her buck.
The Edmonton Oilers back at home for the first of a 5-game homestand, taking on the Minnesota Wild tonight from Rogers Place. Jack Roslovic, continued absence, expected to roll well into December. I'm picking an Oiler that most needs to step up in his place. He's been a very productive member of the Oilers through his tenure. I'm taking the other guy that's got plenty of looks inside the top 6, doing a lot of right things. We heard Chris Knobloch speak about him earlier in the program from yesterday's comments. It's the rookie, Matt Savoy, local product.
Ballsy, Duke. Ballsy. Matt Savoy. He's had plenty of opportunity, has he not?
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of opportunity. I like this. I could easily go in. Easily. And you're talking about a specific player, correct?
Yeah.
You're not talking about go
Like
hard
unit?
to the net.
No,
front of the net,
I'm
blah, blah, blah.
I'm picking. I'm specifically I'm naming names.
Huh. So we're talking about scoring, I assume.
Primarily, I think.
Primarily scoring. I could easily go in this one, but I'm going to throw just another one out there because I just want to see him start finding the back of the net, and he did on Saturday. I'm going to go Zach Hyman.
Okay.
And they're going to be on the same line together. Maybe they help each other out. So when you look at Savoy and what he's offered, look at Hyman. First of all, what do you think of the goal he scored, Hyman?
Well, shocker. Where did it come from? In front of the net. Even if it's not a genuine goal score, like a Zach Hyman goal from in front where he's jamming away to rebound or posting himself up and angling it in intentionally off the skate. It's a goal that, good things come to being in the right spot. As you use the Theo Fleury quote that he said to Struddy all the time, there's bags of money there. And he's just putting himself in a position that, hey, maybe I do got to get lucky here. And he did in that specific spot.
So I like the question, Duke. It could easily be Savoy. He's got to be ready to take this next step offensively, generate more. But I'll go out because I want to see Zach Hyman start to see a little more, presence when it comes to the score sheet, and got the first one. Maybe it opens up now.
And I talked about that with Landon Ferraro on the pregame on Saturday, ahead of that game against the Kraken, where he did obviously score his first goal of the year. And I kind of talked about, the elevation back to the top line. Now, partially it came out of necessity because of Roslovic's absence, but also about this fact that he's, 10-ish games returned here to the lineup. Like, we knew it'd be an easing back in process to get the touch back, get the feel back, get the game legs back. You can practice and have your conditioning wherever you want. It's not the same as game action. So, and Lan and I were kind of in agreement that this is the coach saying, all right, you've eased in, you've shown that you can help drag along a third line at times, but we need you to be the Zach Hyman that we've known you to be since being an Edmonton Oiler, and that is a goal scorer and a very effective and efficient one from the dirty areas of the ice. So I think that's a very fair response, Kevin, to throw him in the same camp. He's going to be playing in the top 6 again, probably full-time here for the foreseeable future. Other side of tonight's card, the Minnesota Wild, red hot as of late, 8-0-2 in their last 10. Matt Boldy, 29 points, 15 goals so far through 26 games played this season. Still just 24 years old. His career high was last season, where he put up 73 points, 31 goals his career high. That came in his second year. 73 points. This guy is like the perfect blend of skill, speed, and I think maybe most importantly, size. He's 6'2", 201 pounds is his listed stature. I think Matt Boldy can be a 50-goal, 100-point player in the NHL.
Oh, man, he's a great player. There's no question about that. Those are big numbers, though.
They are.
Big numbers. I'd probably say out only because his ceiling right now, what is it, Duke? 73 points. He's at 20. He's at 31, 29, 27. He's going to hit 40 this year, probably.
Pacing that way for sure.
Another fair question, and it would be quite easy to go in on this one.
He's also been a very effective power play. He scored 10 power play goals a couple years ago, 25, 26, 21 power play points each of the past seasons. So when you talk about a team kind of hitting its stride, right, with Kaprizov locked up, there you go. That's taken care of. The back end, guys like Zeev Boehm, Brock Faber running power plays effectively from the top of the unit. I do think the sky is kind of the limit here for Minnesota as they continue to move forward. Now they got to clear that hurdle of a first-round playoff victory, I think, more than anything to get going. But I think that this tandem of Boldy and Kaprizov, you throw in Rossi. We ran all the names down Spec. It's an excellent roster. And I think this guy's going to be right there, kind of neck and neck with Kaprizov moving forward.
I'll go out, though, Duke. He's a 40-80 guy.
Not too shabby either.
Yeah, I mean, you take that every day of the week, man.
Not too shabby at all. 13 weeks of NFL play are now in the books. Last night, the Patriots win pretty handily over the Giants. Hotly contested game. Some big hits.
Yeah.
Some skirmishes. A little bit of hatred. You talked about that yesterday, Kev. Do these teams still have that little disdain for each other, even though the Eli Manning and Tom Brady years are well in the rearview mirrors? Drake May has taken over as the odds-on MVP favorite. I think I was on DraftKings. I saw on a graphic last night. It's going off at -135. Matt Stafford just on the plus side, and then it's a big stretch to Dak Prescott. I think plus 1,500. Patriots, they've had some pretty good signature wins, beating the Bills earlier this year, defeating Tampa Bay, who is pulled out of their nosedive this weekend as well. But I actually think last night's win, the authoritative nature of it, the fashion of it, I'm going to chalk up as a more impressive victory than those other ones I just listed.
They just punished them, didn't they? I mean,
it was physical. There was they're playing hard defense. This was both teams going into a bye week.
Yeah.
This came across to me as a potential lookover spot. I never thought the Patriots were going to lose, but with Dart back in it, we know how feisty he can be. Maybe there's a tighter game than we expected.
I like Theo
This
Johnson.
was never tight.
I like when he came to the rescue of Dart there on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Johnson. I mean, that was a fair hit, clean, everything. Just go out of bounds.
Got to get out of bounds, man.
Bounds about a yard early.
And I know what I liked most of it, that there was no flag.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a quarterback and do that, you are a runner. You are a player. You're not special.
You know what? It's just because it's the Giants and they stink. So
I thought you yesterday said this is a 2-10 team. Not all 2-10 teams are created equal.
Listen, I'm trying to find some sort of positive to sway things in the bet that you made. So no one knew, or no one predicted that the Giants would even. I thought maybe they could lose by 10. Who knows? But that coup kick, that still blows my mind.
Yeah. That's just like the cherry on top for this Giants season.
It's just unbelievable. I still think the MVP is so up for grabs between these two guys, Stafford and.
Yeah, like this past weekend,
May.
Stafford didn't. He threw the 2 picks. Obviously, they lose to the Panthers. It's crazy. But
So
I mean, you can't let one game define a season.
Let me throw this at. So let's just say Stafford doesn't throw any picks, and maybe somehow the Rams win 31-28 instead.
Sure.
Stafford's still on top of the game here.
I would think so.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I could go in or out on both sides of this. I still think it's going to be Stafford's MVP to lose.
So, Kev, you mentioned this to Frank when you were just trying to rub dirt in his wound about the Eagles losing back on Black Friday, and about the Cowboys potentially catching the Eagles in the division.
Frank says
I'm with Frank. I think just numbers wise, but I think the Cowboys are live to make the playoffs in the NFC because both conferences are just so tight, so jumbled, and with the defense playing so much better for Dallas, anything seems to be on the table. I think as of today, at let's just say for simplicity's sake, plus 1,500, Dak Prescott for MVP. That is a bet I would make today.
Yeah.
Like that is, I think, really good value if he can drag the Cowboys along here. He's been very good this year. Very good.
And the Eagles go into LA to play the Chargers on Monday night. They'll know by then, obviously, because Dallas or Thursday night. So
yeah.
Say somehow Dallas comes out with a win here, and again, now
the Lions are not exactly playing gangbusters right now.
So.
It looks like they are missing a couple of their coordinators from last year, among maybe a few other things. But switching over to the hardwood, the NBA season hitting the 1 quarter poll. Teams all around, the 18 to 22 games played mark. I'm picking out the number one surprise so far, and I'm taking it in the negative aspect.
Oh, the negative.
The Milwaukee Bucks are 9-13, 8.5 games back of the top, which doesn't seem like that many, but that's just because of how even and parity filled the Eastern Conference is. Negative 2.2 point differential. I did not expect this from a team that is not perfect, but you still got Giannis and some other guys that you locked up. This is my number one surprise here through the 1 quarter mark.
Yeah, see, originally I was going to go with the Raptors because you didn't say negative.
But I think I'm picking a negative surprise. You can pick a positive surprise if you want.
Yeah, well, the Raptors would be my positive surprise, but and again, now that they're starting to come back and people are going, hey, we got to play against these guys because they're not taking them for granted. I think like some teams did at the start.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're 14-7. They play tonight, as we talked about. Yeah, I'll probably go in on this one with Milwaukee being 9-13 for sure. I've been saying it for a long time. Orlando Magic are going to be right there. Dude.
Okay. you see, you took my next line and just threw it back in my face because I was about to say, hey, how about those Magic? Right in the mix right now is the 5 seed, 4 games back to the Pistons.
Yeah.
They're a good team. I like them.
I mean, they could, they win a couple games here. They're basically in second place here. So, I'll go with you with Milwaukee. I wonder if they'll ever move. Giannis, there's been so much trade talk over the. Fanning's already shaking his head.
Well, I wanted to maybe get Josh's thoughts here on not only Giannis, but maybe if he had our show's hoop head, the number one surprise of the season.
Yeah, I'm out. You saw it last year. The Bucks were terrible with Giannis off the court. Like their numbers basically took a nosedive, swanton dive off like the 20-meter board, whatever. Like just bad. And he's injured this year, so like their second option on the team is Kyle Kuzma. However, I am surprised by the emergence of Ryan Rollins. He's been very good this year. My biggest surprise is the Phoenix Suns. I thought it was over. I thought Matt Ishbia just sort of punted. They still have Devin Booker, and they're like, all right, we got to get rid of Kevin Durant. Jalen Green is playing incredibly well. Dylan Brooks, good Canadian boy. He's playing incredibly well too. I'm just going to get the Western Conference standings in front of me because I think they're a top 4 seed.
13-9. They're at
7th seed. Yeah. So I'm blown away by. I thought it was over for the Suns this year. I thought it was sort of they're just done.
They're washed. It's like they move on from Durant.
They move on from Durant and they just have Devin Booker and they're back to looking like the 2018 Suns. But alas, I was wrong.
And not to further toot my own horn, but you just gave me a little sort of props on the Magic. I also said the Rockets were going to be one of my teams this year, and there they are, third in the West. So guess what? Kevin Durant still a good player, and more importantly, this is a team that was the number 2 seed last year, and like apart from the pieces they moved out for Durant, coming back is largely the same club.
That's not what the in or out question was, though.
Okay, yeah.
It was if they're going to be in the Final Four.
Yeah,
they are.
They won't be.
Surprise team. What about? Are you surprised that Dallas is just 7-15 or not?
No, I'm not surprised. I think as soon as they started Cooper Flagg at point guard, I was like, yeah, no, all right, this is
a
bad.
building year.
This is a building year. Nico Harrison gets fired. I was like, all right, like I had no expectations for them, honestly. Luka did so much for them that I didn't expect much.
And just to put a bow on this specific topic, like is with the Mavericks finishing it up, Anthony Davis is like the number one big trade name out there. I've been doing some reading across different markets, different beat reporters, some fan bases and stuff. Nobody wants Anthony Davis, but he is still going to get traded to one of these teams for way too much in assets and probably play very little.
Yeah, he doesn't have the best availability.
Finally, we're going to stick on the hardwood because it is play basketball day. 3 of us in here, a couple real hoopers. Not boozers, hoopers, Kev.
Boozers.
Or hoopers like boozer.
Yeah.
If you could pick the ability to do just one of these 2 things, be absolutely nasty, wet from beyond the arc, shooting threes, or to be able to dunk. It's 2025. This is the way the game's going, baby. I'm taking the ability to shoot threes.
Duke, you got to take dunking.
No.
Come on now.
Think about it.
This would be a dream of yours.
I don't think you know what my dreams are.
Like you can listen, Duke. You can, if Paul Sir took you to the outdoor court and just said wherever you guys want to talk about, and Paul gave you lessons, and Paul brought along Steve Sir, one of the best 3-point shooters ever,
like statistically the best,
and they worked with you for a year or 2. You could become, Duke, a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but Kevin,
but you'll never dunk.
As a young millennial, I'm very entitled and I don't want to do work to do those sort of things. I just want it given to me, right? That's the general consensus. This is just, I don't want to have to dedicate myself at 30 years old to learning how to do this. I just want to be able to snap my fingers and do it. And if I had that ability, I would pick shooting threes over dunking.
Would you ever grab one of those small little trampoline things and try to dunk, with the mascots?
No, my knees would collapse on themselves in such short order.
I bet you could do a somersault and
you'd be peeling me off the hardwood of
He's
whatever
missing
gym
2
we're in.
ACLs.
No, I'm just missing one ACL.
Oh, my apologies.
But it's the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think to be
So
honest
you
with
want to dunk, Kev?
I think I'd like to dunk.
Even at your age, you don't think coming down from the dunk, your legs would just disintegrate?
Triple C just said, Duke, if you could dunk, you'd have a girlfriend.
What if I could just head to the local shoot around and they would just feed me outside and maybe some shorties watching from the wall of the gym or the edge of the outdoor court, and they're like, "Whoa, that guy is."
It's the same thing here.
He's like a
Triple
young
C.
Steph Curry.
Triple C. Girls aren't impressed with 3-point shooting. Dude. It's like that old commercial for, I think it's Nike, for maybe it's not Nike, but the Atlanta Braves. And they
the chicks dig the long ball.
Chicks dig the long ball, Duke.
That's different. It's 2025. 3-point shooting is very cool.
I'm sorry. Chicks definitely dig the sack bunt.
I'd probably see. I want to dunk. I just like to dunk once.
In past conversations, Kevin, we've talked about like the coolest instrument to be able to play. And I always bring up the piano over the guitar because to walk in somewhere that has a piano, you can just like sit down and maybe tickle the ivories as opposed to like being at home and be like, hey, let me pull my guitar out of the case and show you how cool I am. It's a similar principle here for me. Hey, check it out. Feed me that rock. I'm about to go Yam City on this rim. You look like a loser, whereas just like you're just like walking by and the ball rolls to you while some kids are playing and you just absolutely go nothing but net from like way outside. And then they're like waving at you. They're like, think you're so cool. And you're like, nah, it's not a big deal. And you just keep walking. I'm picturing all this in my head. Could happen to me.
That long stride, the Jordan-esque dunk from the
No, I don't think it would look quite as good with me doing it.
But hold on. This is where it's impressive. Brandon, you and I are on the shorter side of men.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that ball rolls to you and you go, hey, you guys want to see me dunk? And then you jump 12 feet in the air and just absolutely windmill slam. Those kids are going to be, those kids
Their
are going to be.
jaws would drop. You making the three, they go, nice shot.
But
We've had 100 guys do that today.
That's a little that's a little too pompous.
But we never had a 5'7" guy come
I'm more
in here
subtle. I'm more
rip one off the rim.
Just a little tomahawk jam then.
Ouch.
Sorry, dude. Wow. Top of the hour, we got Tommy Reed, one of the best in the business, Minnesota Wild analyst. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by AWS Welding Supplies in Nisku. Product sales, servicing, calibrating, free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. Your one-stop shop for all things welding, awswelding.ca. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Ten games total in the NHL tonight, including the Edmonton Oilers back at home to host the Minnesota Wild. Puck drop coming just after 7 o'clock from downtown Edmonton. Elsewhere around the league, Canadiens hosting the Senators. Bruins are in Detroit for original 6 matchup. Rangers host the Stars. Maple Leafs play the Panthers in South Florida. Flames down in Nashville. Canucks taking on the Avalanche. And the LA Kings welcome in the Washington Capitals. In the association, half dozen games. The Raptors back at it when they host Portland tonight. Tip-off at 5:30 from Scotiabank Arena. Sixers take on the Wizards. Knicks in Boston. New Orleans hosting Minnesota. Memphis plays San Antonio. And Oklahoma City Thunder looking for their 21st win of the campaign. They visit the Golden State Warriors. Coming up in hour 4 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Minnesota Wild analyst Tom Reed and Connor Halley from Fantasy Frenzy. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. It's not lost on me that this radio ad competes with a lot of other dealerships on the air. So what sets us apart? Honesty. At Northgate, we believe in giving you the very best price we can with the most value possible. We aren't giving away free trips or paying off your credit cards, but it is my promise you will get exactly what you paid for every time. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV. People often ask me, hey, Rick, do people actually buy RVs from No Bull in the fall?
Fair question, Rick. Why would you want to buy an RV just when it's time to put it away in storage for the winter?
And I have the answer, Bob, because the RVs at No Bull are used, and that means every RV on our lot is a one-of-a-kind. So when you're looking for a used RV, you can be really picky.
One of a kind means you don't have to compromise on what you're looking for.
That's right, Bob. But it also means when you find the right one, you grab it up before someone else does. Sometimes that's in the fall, but No Bull makes it easy because when you buy your used RV now, we include winterization and winter storage for free. We even get it prepared for spring camping at no charge to you. All you need to do is be ready for the great outdoors come next spring. When you think of it that way, the fall might be the best time to get your RV.
And that's No Bull.
NoBullRV.ca.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
Big program 10:02 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you, along with Josh Fenwick here on Sports 1440. And time now for the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. Hey, if you've been putting off your tire changeover, don't do it. You saw this morning, and we're looking for more of that. The snow, the sleet, and everything here in the next few days. Fountain Tire's got 15% off select tires right now. Roll in, save big, drive out ready for whatever the season throws at you. FountainTire.com. As we welcome back Tom Reed to the show, Minnesota Wild analyst. Morning, Tom. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on the big program once again. Really appreciate it.
All right, Kevin, glad to do it, especially when your team is playing well. Our team, I should say, is playing well, so it's always going to be on radio. Usually they call when they're not playing well, and that's the hard part.
Yeah. Hey, I got a text, a personal text, and it said, please say hello to my old defense partner from Doug Hicks.
Oh my goodness, yeah. He and I were teammates back in the mid-'70s in Minnesota. He was a terrific skater, and I have run into him a couple times up here, but just a great guy, and wish he would have stayed in Minnesota. He could be working with me right now.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, were you guys deep partners right off the hop when Hicksy went to Minnesota, Tom?
I can't remember if we were or not. I mean, we played together. I played right side and left side, so I was going back and forth as I got more experience out there. I was teamed with a lot of the young kids, so I'm sure I would have been teamed with him at some point.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at Hicksy's old picture from back in the 70s when he had that huge cookie duster mustache. Do you remember that thing?
Yes, I do. And it was a duster. There's no question about it. But he was a great guy. He was a fan favorite too, and a good-looking guy. All the young ladies really liked him at that point.
Well, now his chest is really puffing out because he listens every morning, Tommy. So he'll be glad that you said that for sure. Oh man. Well, Tom, you mentioned the Wild playing really well here. Lost to Buffalo on the weekend in overtime, but prior to that, on a bit of a roll, and now just as well 8-0-2 in the last 10. What's been the success here for this team recently, Tom?
Well, they're playing as a team, I think, number one, but it starts between the pipes. Our goaltender has been absolutely terrific. When you look at Jasper Wallstedt, he's coming to his own right now, and he's one of those guys that just will not be beaten. I mean, he's a very calm individual in the net, And I think he, along with Gustafson, both have really solidified each other, helping each other along the way. There's competition between the two of them because they both want to play, but I think they really have supported each other along the way too. And when one plays, the other guy is right there to support him.
And they push each other, which is so critical in goal, as you know, Tom. What's that relationship been between the two of them? Because if you don't have a positive relationship and a positive vibe, it can be detrimental. What's it like between the two of these guys?
Well, it seems to be very good. I mean, when there's a TV timeout and so on, and the goaltender skates to the team bench, he goes right over by the goaltender, both of them back and forth, and they talk a little bit. And Gus is kind of a unique individual. They tell me sometimes he'll come to the bench and he'll say, "Okay, guys, I've got most of the animals named by alphabet. I can't find anybody, the animal with the name with the start of the letter X. Can you help me out here?" I mean, and this is during the game, so in a TV timeout. But they seem to be very relaxed when they're in the net. They really seem to work hard in the practice sessions at Tria Arena in St. Paul. But if you don't have goaltending, you're not going to go very far. And that certainly shows itself once you hit the postseason play.
Tom Reed with us on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. We have a little segment called In or Out, Tom. I'll just read you the question as it came to me. The Wild have been red hot, a late 8-0-2 in their last 10. Still just 24 years old. Matt Boldy can become a 50-goal, 100-point NHL player. What do you think, Tom?
There's no doubt in my mind. This kid is, he's spectacular. He's a big body, also about 6'2", 6'3", over 200 pounds. But his smoothness of how he handles the stick and how he makes the plays and his vision of the ice is so good. And people who play with him play better. And there's no doubt in my mind, when you have a guy like Boldy out there and you've got a guy on the one wing, now we're adjusting lines and everything because of the injuries we've had, which every team has had. So I'm not looking for, crying in the milk here, but Marcus Johansson has come into his own also. I thought, but when those two, you've got experience and you've got some youth, and they seem to blend so well together. And hopefully Boldy is a terrific player. What's he got? 15 goals, I think 29 points on the year, and just one of those guys that sees the ice so well, great on the power play. There's not a lot of negatives on his game at all this year.
As you said, Tom, because of injuries, you have to shuffle the deck a little bit here and there. Who's he played with in the sense that you think that he's had the most chemistry and success with?
Well, he's been around a little bit with different guys also. He's played with Kaprizov, which and anybody plays better when they play with him. There's no question about it. But because of the injuries we've gone back and forth with different ones. I think he's going to play today with Johansson, who's a gifted skater, and with Jules Eriksson, who I think is one of the top defensive players in the league and should be looked at, as the award to get for being the top defenseman defensive player because he plays both ends of the ice. But Boldy just seems to shine with whoever he plays with.
Yeah, Joel Eriksson, he does have some Selke capabilities there for sure. Do you think he's an underrated player too, Tom?
Absolutely, I do. Yeah, if you watch him closely, Kevin, he's at both ends of the ice. He's very responsible back and forth. He's that big call center ice, but he's not going to get you in fights and things like that. We don't want him doing that, but he gets in that blue paint area at the opposite end, and he takes a lot of abuse, and he gives it right back. But he'll take it, and the player goes someplace and come back and be right there again, doing the same thing all over again. He's just a terrific addition to this hockey club over the last few years.
Tom Reed, Minnesota Wild analyst, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. What have you made of Brock Faber this year, Tom, in the sense that this is still a young guy that's going to be turning into a top-level defenseman? We saw him at the Four Nations last year. What about his progression?
Yeah, he had a very slow start this year. He was terrific last year when he was with the team. You look at his record last year with 29 points in his first full year, and that's pretty good for a youngster like him. But at the same time, he had a little bit of a slow start, which a lot of players do. But, boy, he has come on strong as of late, and that's what you want with a guy like that. He's good defensively, offensively, moves the puck. He can work on the power play, what gives you an added element to your game because the power play this year has been much better than it has been in previous years, but hopefully that will continue. But he's a guy that enjoys the game, and, he was in that situation. He wants to be into the Olympics. Obviously, we'll see if that's going to happen for him or not. But that's a big feather in your cap if you can play in the Olympics, and what a great opportunity for him if he gets it.
Yeah. Do you think because how he played so well at Four Nations with Jacob Slavin as a deep partnership that helps him going into this year?
It certainly does. There's no question. I mean, his confidence has really come back this year so much more like he had last year. As I said before, his start was not good, but since that point, I mean, his first 5 or 6 games weren't great, but all of a sudden now he's really picked up the pace here, and he gets a lot of ice time. He's the guy who spends the most time on the ice of any player with the Wild.
You also got a really good young defenseman too, Tom, in Z Boom coming up as a rookie. How impressed have you been with him? And again, it's tough coming in as a rookie D-man.
Yeah, it is. But you're going to like to watch him. Also, he's another guy that can put on that power play. He sees the ice. He's got quickness. He's got quick acceleration. He sees the ice so well, and his hands are very good. And if you're looking right now, I think he's got 12 points. I think 8 of those come with the man advantage. So they're not afraid to use the youth part of Minnesota's defenseman to put him on the ice of those power plays. But he's going to be a star player in this league.
What about his puck moving abilities, Tom? Like, how would you rank and rate that? Terrific.
He's very good. He really is. He can control the puck, but his movement also, his body movement lends itself that he can control that puck easily. I mean, he works hard at it, and he can cut back and forth. His acceleration is absolutely terrific. And when he sees the ice, boy, when he gets a chance to be in the power play, especially, you can really see his progression getting better and better every game.
Long-time Minnesota Wild analyst Tom Reed with us on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. When the whole Kirill Kaprizov contract was going down, what was the reaction during that in Minnesota, Tom, and then after, and maybe moving forward here?
You know, it's not the player driving it; it's the agents that are driving it. They're the ones. They're the ones. The more they get for the player, the more the agent gets. So you know exactly where that's coming from. He just wants to play. He doesn't care. I just want to be on the ice. He and Zuccarello have a great relationship, and they really have helped each other. And when Kaprizov, figure how difficult it is when you come into a new country, you don't speak the language, you don't know anything how things are run, you don't know what street signs are all about, and all of a sudden he comes in, and Zucky really took him under his wing and really watched over him and really helped him. And boy, his English has really improved, and he's a funny kid to be around also. But boy, he is a skilled player, and anybody who's going to make, $17 million a year for the next 8 years they will be good. He'll be well taken care of.
Yeah, you better believe it. Jared Spurgeon, Tom. I mean, this is a local guy, and everyone I followed him for obviously when he was in Spokane, and when he finally got up to the NHL, it was like, wow, I don't know how long this guy's going to play, but here he is. He's on the verge. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this year. He's going to crack 1,000 games. What's he meant to this franchise?
Yep. He's your captain.
Yeah.
He's not a very big guy, but what he does on the ice and off the ice is remarkable. And he's one of those guys that players just gravitate towards him when they're away from the ice itself. I mean, they just want to be around him. But here's a guy from Edmonton, and I can tell you, Jim Mill, who was a scout for New Jersey for the Wild at that time, came to me and he said, "We've got this young kid we picked up from the Islanders. He's really going to be good." I said, "Oh, great. What's he play? Defense? Oh, super. How big is he?" Well, he's about 5'7", 5'8". I said, "There's no way he's going to last."
Mm-hmm.
You know what? He's been in those first few years, boy, was I wrong. He goes in the corners, he digs, he works hard, he gets the puck. And if you remember, he had his first goal was scored here in Edmonton, and he had a hat trick on the dad strip in Edmonton against Edmonton also. So he's the guy. He's really the leader, and you have Foligno out there. You got Eriksson Ek. You've got those guys making a difference. And when you put something on your chest like that, A or the C, regardless of who it is, that gives you a feeling of urgency that I have to do something to help this hockey club, and we're going to do it together. And the one thing is, when a new player comes to Minnesota, it's the captains that are the first one to greet them, to call them on the phone and say, "Hey, whatever you need, we'll take care of you." And they have fun together. Like even with the goaltender right now, when you look at Jesper Wallstedt, they had T-shirts made up with this picture on the front saying the Great Wall of St. Paul. So the wall is there, but it's a fun group to be around. But they work hard. All of these teams, people don't always see the practice sessions, but all of these guys work so hard, and it isn't about the money. It's just about the prestige of being in the National Hockey League and doing the best you possibly can.
Do you think when it's all said and done, a guy like Spurgeon might have his sweater retired in Minnesota?
I would not be surprised. Yeah. They'd like to get some more jerseys up there. There's no question about it. They wanted my jersey up there, but they wanted me in it. So they're going to hang me. But there's no question they'd like to. But you have to earn that right too. You have to earn the right to have your sweater, whether you're in the Hall of Fame or whether it's in your local team being recognized. It's great.
Yeah, it's like the old story, right, Tommy, with Craig Ludwig's shin pads. They wanted them for the Hall of Fame, and he said, "Yeah, sure, as long as I'm going in with them."
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, we also had Mark Spector on earlier, and you know him. And I've been in your place many times when I was doing the games with Rod Phillips. We talked the last time you were here into your restaurant / bar. It's still going strong. Spec said it's just must when you're on the road and you want to go to a game in Minnesota, you have to stop at Tommy Reed's.
Yeah, I've been there since with my 27th year now, owning the place, and I've transformed it from what it was before to what it is today. In the old days, you would not go into that place. It was a little bit of a tough place to be, but it's really turned out. But the one thing is, we've got the World Junior Championships coming to Minnesota, to St. Paul, and to Minneapolis, and we're hoping that the Canadians will take it for what it's worth to come and watch these young. These are the best amateurs in the world. That's what they are. These kids are terrific, and a lot of these kids are going to be playing in the National Hockey League. And so, if you go around the league right now, many of those guys who play the World Junior Championship tournament are in the NHL today. And we're hoping that a lot of the Canadians will come down and give the support to their team.
Yeah. Tom, as always, great catching up with you. We'll see you down at the rink tonight. Take care and talk soon. Thanks for coming on as always.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. Take care. Bye.
That's Tom Reed, Minnesota Wild analyst and the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. And again, it is tire changeover time. Get your tires changed over. Again, we talked about the weather conditions this morning and moving forward. Head to fountaintire.com and see what they can do for you. When we come back, we will check in with Connor Halley, the con man from Fantasy Frenzy and the Jason Greger Show. It's the Kevin Carey Show on Sports 1440 with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
Feel a cold coming on? Reach for Oregano 8. With 8 powerful immune boosters like oregano oil, garlic, elderberry, and vitamin C, it delivers fast, effective relief. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
You matter. Your mental health matters, and you're braver than you think. Not Alone is an organization focused on creating a space of acceptance and support through tough, meaningful conversation. My name is Tyler Smith, and you are never alone. NotAloneCo.com. It's okay to not be okay.
If you've got a smart speaker, get it to play Sports 1440.
And it doesn't matter when you listen, as we roll out the Sports Talk
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Edmonton's home for sports radio is Sports 1440.
Mission Rail and Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Equipment Auction is this Friday at 9 a.m. Featuring graders, excavators, forklifts, loaders, man lifts, skid steers, plus commercial trailers including 3 unused 2023 Timmins 55-ton triaxle lowboys. Info at maauctions.com.
This Black Friday, transform your state of mind with Calm Radio. Enhance focus with timeless classical masterpieces. Unwind to soothing nature soundscapes. Or drift into deep rest with our sleep music and wellness content. With 60% off a yearly membership, it's the perfect time to elevate your daily routine. Create calm in every moment and reconnect with yourself. Visit calmradio.com and begin your transformation today.
Mission Rally Auctioneering's next Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Industrial Auctions are this Thursday and Friday at 9 a.m. These major events include multiple lanes selling a large selection of multi-purpose trucks, equipment, and commercial trailers. Info at maauctions.com.
It's Canadian Tire's Black Friday sale.
With the lowest prices of the year.
How low can we go?
Limbo again?
Shop the Black Friday sale at Canadian Tire and save up to 60%. November 27th to December 7th. Conditions apply. Details online.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 1021 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on Sports 1440. The con man, Connor Halley, joining us in the palatial Sports 1440 studios here at West Edmonton Mall. Good morning, con man.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. Well, I didn't notice that you got a haircut yesterday.
I did.
Yeah. You got it on Saturday.
Drove around 4:30 for probably 45 minutes, just looking for a spot.
I don't get that. What do you mean driving around for it? So
I'm not I mean, you've good hair. You're working in TV.
No.
I just never really cared about my hair. I'm going back to, elementary school. I kind of have an afro.
So I understand all that, but driving around, so you're just looking for a barber shop?
Any barber shop that would just take me. And I went to a couple and it was 45 minutes. I
so
thought,
you got to sit and wait.
That's why I said, no, I'm going somewhere else.
That's where you pick up a lot of good stories in that way. Those that long row of chairs.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily, and we've talked about this before on the show. When I'm at the barbershop, I don't like talking.
Yeah.
I know that oh, what do you do for a living? I talk. So I don't really want to talk to them. And I think the good ones kind of grasp that. This one I had last time, perfect. We just kind of sat there. He did his thing. Asked if I was happy with it. I said, yep. And we moved on. But I don't know. We've had people text in saying, no, you got to go to the barbershop and talk. And if I went to the same one every time, for sure, but I switch it up.
There's one right by our house on 149th. Looks good from the outside. I've never been in there. Kelly Buckberger used to go in there.
Oh, hell yeah, good hair. Is that
Not really?
Is that by the McDonald's in that area?
It's right
little
by
strip mall?
right by it's by the McDonald's. There's a little dry cleaner in there.
Yeah,
it's right on there.
It's a cool little strip mall in there.
Yeah.
You should go.
It's actually a little it's not the main strip mall. There's just one off the beaten path.
It's west of the McDonald's.
It's west of McDonald's.
It's light blue, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
There's a cake shop.
Yeah, I've always been tempted by the cake shop more than the barber shop.
It's funny when you say about the no talking. Where I go with Joanne, I said to her about 2 years ago, I said, wouldn't it be great if they just made hair parlors or hair whatever shops, and it said the no talking hair parlor.
Yeah.
So you'd go in there, no talking at all. Because she was asking me about 100 questions. And I said this, and then she kind of caught on.
Yeah.
And then we didn't have to talk for the rest of the day.
You walk in, you point at the sign, tell her the number, and then sit down.
Give me the number 2.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the good ones kind of pick up on who wants to talk.
I guess. Well, for you though, you're a stranger.
Yeah, 100%.
You're a stranger going in.
The guy beside me took a phone call mid haircut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's sort of dangerous.
Kind of a power move. And then had the conversation. The barber had to wait. I always thought you would say if you had to answer your phone, hey, I'll call you right back. But not this gentleman.
We had a segment of In or Out here about an hour ago, Con Man. The question was that the Duke brought on here. Sticking with basketball, it is Play Basketball Day. If you could pick the ability to do one, it would be better to be wet from 3-point land than to be able to dunk. So he's taken being silky smooth, sifting down the 3-pointers over dunking. Dickie texted and said, I've seen the Duke's calves before. He'd be lucky to get his cankle 6 inches off the ground. Wow. So
he's also down an ACL, right? So
well, yeah, but that's why I said like Duke should be. He said he wants the 3-pointers. I'm saying, Duke, this is your it's just like Field of Dreams.
Yeah,
come on, Duke. This is your one wish. He should be taking dunking. No,
I would love to be able to slam dunk a basketball. Like, is this saying I can be Ricky Davis dunking or Steph Curry of shooting threes, or like
it's exactly what Duke is. It's
prime
it's the
Sean
Field
Kemp?
of Dreams. The wish. I wish I could, wink at the pitcher in the batter's box.
You'd see me as Vince Carter dunking over a
Yes.
7-foot tall Frenchman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, flying through the air.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like Steph Curry is awesome. That would be a great ability to have as well. But
Yes.
no, I'd be Showtime.
I agree. I just think that the dunking would be so cool.
Were you ever able to dunk?
Oh,
No,
God,
yeah, me
no,
neither.
not even. I'd say
Maybe on a 9-foot rim or something.
8, maybe one of those Fisher Price ones that the kids have.
Oh, we got one for Benny now.
Yeah.
I posterize them all the time.
Just hammered.
Teach him a
Just-
lesson.
Exactly. Connor Halley with us on the Kevin Carey Show on Sports 1440. Well, your buddy Justin Herbert, what's going on? Do you think he's going to be okay to play Monday night against Philly?
I would almost guarantee he's going to play. I mean, you can go back and Google the pictures from, I believe it was last year, where he had the cast on the finger. He's played through I think ankle sprains. He had the cracked cartilage in his ribs that he played through and could still throw a football. I don't think he gets enough credit for how tough he is. So I would almost guarantee he'll be out there. Like, if he's not, I'd be totally shocked, because I think he'll just find a way to play. He'll throw the glove on. They'll probably craft something up better than he had in the game. I mean, he was still making throws. The throw he had there to Ladd McConkey for the touchdown, like it's not going to impede him at all. I think on short yardage plays, they're going to work on something else where maybe Trey Lance comes in and does the old tush push type of thing.
Maybe, yeah.
But I would almost say there's no chance he misses this game. They need him to win, and they're in such a good spot. But I'm a little nervous because they've got good opponents coming up. You got the Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, Broncos, both on the road, and the Houston Texans, who I think you have to watch out for. That defense is very good. So part of me thinks the Chargers lose out and miss the playoffs, but if they can find a way to win 2 games, maybe they have a chance.
It's funny how when you have something with a hand, or even so on the opposite hand here, they talk about where you're under center, it's worse.
Yeah.
So either pistol or shotgun, whatever you want to call it, and about handing the ball off.
Yeah.
It's weird.
If you can't go shotgun, or if you can't go under center, kind of takes away from the play action and all that sort of thing. I don't know. I mean, he last year, I don't know if you've seen the picture. I wonder if maybe they can bring it up. He had this huge cast on his middle finger.
On his non-throwing
hand. And it looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of experience with that. I don't know what they're going to craft up. Like, it looked goofy, but we'll see. It'll be a tough one against the Eagles. The Chargers' interior line is pretty poor, and the Eagles have Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, we talked about last night's Monday Nighter and Young Hoku with this kick.
Chargers legend.
I mean,
doesn't surprise me.
It's unbelievable, like what happened there.
I will, give kickers people say they have one job, they'll still miss kicks. That's going to happen. But you got to find a way to kick the football, right? Like to miss up your timing that much. And the snap was at an angle for a little bit, but that's not your concern. You follow through.
Yes.
And if something happens there, coaching staff, media, fans will say, "Oh, bad snap." To miss it that bad and kick the ground, that's embarrassing. That's the worst kick I think we've ever seen.
I think it is too. Would you keep him on your roster?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's on the decline in his career. Falcons moved on for a reason. He also was so bad. I mean, the Chargers cut him for a reason.
I'm thinking back in Atlanta, he seemed to have that one year where he was banging.
Absolutely.
50 all the time.
You just and maybe kickers or special teamers look at that and say, "Hey, he just timed it. It's not that big of a deal." But for the average fan, how do you do that?
But you think about it. So he makes that field goal. It's 17-10. Now, and you're not a laughing stock of the stadium. because they get the ball at the 45 or something, 40 or something, whatever it was.
Yeah.
2 plays later, it's in the end zone.
Exactly.
The game's over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just
turning point.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, the Patriots, man, they were headhunting yesterday. They were physical.
They were violent.
Yeah.
Legally violent.
legally
violent. I mean, they punished the Giants. I mean, I don't know how. Do you think Oshevsky's even standing today?
Oh my gosh, I hope not.
Like, did you see the paint on the helmet?
Popped it right off. It was cold there.
No,
Probably.
the paint.
Oh yeah, the end of the line. It just said why.
That's how hard. That's how hard he hit him. Ellis, how hard he hit him. Then Ellis hit Dart again.
Yeah, Dart took a couple of huge hits. Those ones are tough. Like, because it looks like I tell you, if that's Patrick Mahomes, that's probably 15 yards.
I don't know.
Well, but you play a dangerous game on those sidelines. Like, you have to get out or slide or turn back in. But I mean, we saw Mahomes do it to a Charger in week 1 in Brazil, where he was going towards the sideline, and then at the last second, when it was Deontay Jackson holds up, he puts a shoulder into him. So if you're a defensive player at that point, I mean, I think all bets are off. You run right through that quarterback, and if it's 15 yards, it's 15 yards.
At point of contact, his foot's still in bounds.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not like he was just stepping out.
If you don't want to get hit, you have to make it more deliberate. Put the arm up like you're going out of bounds or something. If people watching on YouTube right now can see Justin Herbert's finger. It looks absolutely goofy.
Yeah. I know you guys on fantasy, we were talking about the 3 great catches on the weekend, and you guys sort of ranked them. Where do you have, like, I mean, to me, it's the number 1 is Burks.
Yeah, absolutely. Touchdown.
Yeah.
In the back ends. Bowers was great. You know, bailing out his quarterback who makes a terrible throw. Geno Smith wasn't trying to put it down low where only his guy could get it. That's just Brock Bowers being an absolute stud, cutting the deficit to 10. So I didn't mind that it happened. Puka Nakua's was great too. That reminded me of like Brandon Lloyd back in the day. He would make catches like that every once in a while.
There was a guy on him.
Kind of back shoulder, just go up and bring it in. Yeah, we saw some unbelievable catches.
The guys are so talented. Every week we see something.
Yeah, those gloves don't hurt.
No,
as someone who got a chance to wear them. I mean, there's catches that you can.
You wore them at Rochelle?
Yeah, and then in touch football after. Absolutely. When I played touch football, we actually had some spray.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't stick 'em, but it was beneficial in that way. It would just rub that together, and especially that angle that Puka caught it on is like prime for that.
I was telling Eddie yesterday. Remember Donald Narcisse for the Riders?
Vaguely.
Okay, he would have been a little bit younger. Well,
I know the name.
Yeah, he was a really good receiver, but he wore glass cutters gloves. So this is before the gloves, really came out where you had receiver gloves with
cutters.
But they looked like they look like rubber fisherman's gloves. You know that you see the guys on Deadliest Catchwear, stuff like that. That's what Donald Narcisse wore with a little of that abrasiveness on the outside. So that's what he used, and he was one of the first guys to do it.
So my buddy, I don't know if he would be listening, Eli, he had like gardening gloves that had the little sticky thing, and he played defensive line. So he's like, when I get this glove on your shoulder pad, I just pull down, you're done. Like I grip and pull. So yeah, I mean, it's funny that you find advantages that way.
How about that, Duke? The former Rochelle T-Bird with some glove tips from back in the day.
Oh, a little spit on him? Got to do that.
Yeah. What do you like this week in the NFL? You look at, there's 2 games, I guess, that will decide who's leading each division. We got Jacksonville and Indy, correct? And then we got Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So 2 games for sure that will decide who's going to be leading the division after this week.
And then, the Sunday nighter, absolutely massive. Texans, Chiefs, both those teams need a win. The Chiefs more than the Texans, I would say, because, the Texans could still find a way, but the Kansas City Chiefs, their division is out of hand. I mean, they're not going to catch the Denver Broncos. I'm looking forward to this one for sure. I think, and then even the Thursday night game, getting the Cowboys and Lions, and it's kind of beneficial for them. Both teams not playing on the short week since they both played on the Thursday last week.
Yeah.
So that helps us out a little bit as well. Yeah, it's actually turning out to be a pretty good weekend in the NFL. Bills Bengals, had Burrow not been hurt, probably a bit more of a marquee matchup. But the Bengals still have an outside chance, right? If they go on a bit of a run here. So
they do too.
For the Bills going up, anytime you have Allen Burrow, I think that still is a marquee matchup.
They're going to be cannibalizing each other in the division there, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if since he wins, they're still going to be 2 back of whoever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are you a Cowboys believer or not yet?
You know how Cowboys have the reputation of everyone hates them?
Yeah.
I don't hate them. I kind of like the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I've never had an issue with them. Love the jerseys, love the Navy jerseys. So, and I'm a huge fan of Dak as a person and as a quarterback. So I've said it a few times. I've said it for a few weeks now. Like, when they traded Parsons, it was dumb, but full circle moment, you get Clark and then bringing in Quinnen Williams as well. I think it's really genius to start building your defensive line from the interior and getting that pass rush going. So I don't know if it's this year, but I do kind of like what the Cowboys are building, going out there and getting Pickens this offseason was genius to pair him up with CeeDee Lamb. They got a pretty good tight end. Javonte Williams is, stayed healthy, which is huge. I don't know if they're a serious threat, but I think they kind of are trending in the right direction here.
So again, if you were to win this game on Thursday night and you beat Detroit, Philly's going in to play your Chargers right on Monday night.
Yeah.
So, if you're Dallas, you're going, hey, come on, Justin, do us a favor here.
And I mean, if you are the Chargers, you look at what the Bears did to them on the ground, which is wild because they do. The defensive line has been kind of their strength for a long time. Marion Hampton's coming back. Kamani Vidal coming off a good week.
Yeah.
Confidence in the run game has to be there. So I think that sets up an interesting matchup. And I believe it's some sort of Monsters, Inc., Nickelodeon kids game as well for that one. Yeah. So,
and I
so you can watch that.
I forgot one more because the Bears and Packers play. Whoever wins that game is going to be first place in the division. No.
Yeah.
Because the Packers win, they'd be 9-3-1. Bears would be 9-4. So there's 3 games.
Lions even more of a must win for them.
Absolutely have to win. 3 games that have monumental implications.
I might even watch Titans Browns just for the fun of it.
Titans Browns.
We have a bet, me and some of the younger guys here at the studio. I mean, like the lunch bet.
Well, actually, I don't know about the lunch bet, but I'm just because the Saints in Cleveland got brought up now.
Yeah, well, that's it.
So that's the bet. Oh, I
said that the Saints would be the worst team in football.
Yeah.
Josh and Donovan said it'd be the Browns.
Yeah.
So through that, I've become a Browns fan all of a sudden because they don't have to be the best. They just have to be better than the Saints. Otherwise, I'm buying them both lunch at the food court. So, if the Browns can pick up a win this week, they improve to 4-9. If the Bucks handle their business, the Saints remain 2-11. So all of a sudden I have interest in that. And I kind of like watching Cam Ward because people are going to slander him all they want. And you look at the box score. He still makes some impressive throws. Titans got a ways to go and they'll probably have another first overall pick, which I think they should trade to either the Jets or is it Cleveland has 2 picks as well. But see what Shador does as well.
I knew a guy that went to Nashville for the weekend because he's from Winnipeg. Jets were playing the Predators Saturday night.
Ooh.
Okay, well, so then he goes, so I got to see the worst team in the NHL. And then we had already booked it. We hung around for the Sunday game to watch the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
So how are you enjoying things so far in Nashville? That's bad.
But great town, I hear.
Nashville is as good as it gets. You never been?
Never been, no. I've had a couple friends who went. My parents went down. It's a good time.
It's a total blast. I mean, Broadway it's like the White Ave. White Ave used to be in Edmonton, and Broadway would be 3-4 times as big and longer, and live bands.
I think you just step in.
When you would go into Tootsie's, like Tootsie's is probably the most famous of the bars. It's the worst. It smells. Well, they got an upper deck now and outside.
Yeah.
But inside, like if you were to go in the washrooms, you'd go, how can this even be legal? That's so bad. I'm not kidding.
Bad pipes.
It's bad. And they used to have a stage when you walked in the door, and let's just pretend a left-handed bassist or guitar player was on the stage. You would have to watch because if he just turned his body a bit, he'd club you in the head with the axe of his guitar.
Yeah.
That's how quaint it was getting in.
So you do Nashville over Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah.
By easily.
We have direct flights there. That's what we need. Because
we have it to Nashville, don't we? No?
I think they might have put it in there because before it was like Toronto and then Nashville. Yeah, I would love to do it. I'd go see a Titans game.
Nashville's, it's a great, great town. Robin Brownlee and I, we got into it and then Brownlee back in the day, like he wasn't drinking at all. He very, very rarely drank. Him and Morley would find out where the biggest buffet tables were. I could tell you that.
That.
One day we're leaving after supper and the guys are going back. Morley, Rod, and probably Spec, Maddie. I don't know. They're going back to the hotel room, and Brownlee goes, I think I might come out with you tonight. Because I would say, see you guys. It's like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to the hotel. And I go, oh, okay. So we went to Tootsie's and it was this was the order. It was a shot of Jack Daniels, a Jackie Parker, that's vodka cran, and a Coors Light or a Bud Light, whatever it was. That was the round eat for each guy every time we ordered.
Yeah.
And Brownlee drank me under the table.
Really?
Yeah. I actually ghosted him. I went outside.
Irish goodbye?
I said, I got to go.
Yeah.
And then I saw him the next day. And he goes, what happened to you? I go, well, what do you mean what happened? We're ordering 3 drinks every time we ordered a drink. I said, you knocked me out. I said, congratulations, you're the champ.
You win.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels. So when you were on the road, what was favorite city? Was it Nashville?
Well, what happened was just because I got to know Tommy Reed here, so he was just on with Minnesota Wild analyst.
Yeah.
What happened was, con man, is that back in the day, no networks, CBC, Sportsnet, even A Channel at the time, none of those networks or broadcasters wanted to do Minnesota or Nashville because they were newer teams to the league. Jacques Lemaire, it's 1-0. Nashville stinks. They don't want those games. So those were the games that were always on the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So that's why I got and Chicago too. Chicago was bad. Really bad. And
my friend's dad went there and I think he said it was $10 for a ticket.
Yeah.
Got to meet the Ice Girls and a buffet.
There's nothing there. Like no one is at the games.
Yeah. Those pay-per-view games, I hated. As a young fan, I can tell you I was not impressed.
I would imagine, yeah. But I mean, so Chicago, Nashville, and then there was a lot of West Coast trips too, which were pretty cool. Because,
LA.
Well, because Mac T would never want to stay in LA. Always stayed in Malibu.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I was told by Gazzola that San Jose was a good spot too. Nice hotel.
Very good. Yeah. San Jose was it was a nice, clean city.
Yeah.
It still is, just everything, and the weather was always great. But yeah, I mean, Nashville would be up there. Chicago for me. Did a lot of games in New York, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Somehow they wrangled those in, and Rangers and Islanders at the same time. Had some fun with those ones too. So
Could have gone stay with Struddy in his
was
1 bedroom.
Yeah, it was 1 bedroom apartment. Hey, on Sunday night I was just crawling into bed and I wanted to look at a couple things. And I only saw the last bit of it, but Shona Strudwick was on with Struddy and Rashog.
Oh, really?
Did you see this?
No.
Did you see it, Duke?
I saw she was going on. I didn't watch any of it because, I was getting into bed and stuff. But I saw the tweet from I think it was Rashog saying that she was coming on,
and she berated Struddy for everything that I watched.
Yeah,
just gave it to him, and he had no response. Like he stood, how he had the boxes, right? All the boxes. He just was sitting there and just nodding his head and taking his lumps.
Yeah,
and because he knew that there was nothing he could say or do.
Just getting humbled.
Yeah, he was just taking his lumps.
That's weird for him because usually he's pretty quick with a comeback.
Well, he's in a no-win situation, man,
Yeah.
right? Like he can't start saying, "Well, Shona, what about this thing?" Blah blah blah. There's not a chance because he knows that she's got the whole card here.
Yeah,
and she's got the ace of spades coming. Black Mariah here, bang, Struddy, you're getting it. What's coming up on the Jason Gregor show today, con man?
Oh, we've got Joe O'Donnell, voice of the Minnesota Wild, radio voice. Let me see here. I sent a text to our friend Paul Sir. He hasn't got back to me. He might be big timing me, but maybe get Paul Sir from Hoop City on the show at 2:40. TR, looking at him now.
Is he going to be okay, or where is he now?
Thinks he can do an hour.
Wow.
He's all over the place with Shorzy and
So
the tour.
when you line this up, like every week you go, what am I getting from TR? Could it be a half hour? Could it be a hit?
One
Could it be
segment. I text him
hour?
every Tuesday, Thursday. We have a little chat. Usually he sends voice notes, but he is so busy. He's got additions, and then when he's home, obviously he wants to be with his daughter for a little bit, so we don't want to take up too much of his time. And then moving, and he's all over the place. He's going to be in Edmonton in January for the Shorzy tour there, taking on the alumni. Hopefully Struddy will be out there, but he will be with us. Who else? Dave McCarthy, Struds will be by. We've got Speck back from vacation, and Dave McCarthy. No, all right, DVD, Derek Van Diest.
Could you imagine if Nasty Marasti goes with Struddy at that thing? I think
Did you see the fight
with Darren McCarty?
And then I think he fought Mark Frazier in Toronto as well.
Yeah, that Frazier one was a while back. I think the
Was
McCarty
it?
one's a little early, a little newer, but they're not. They know what they're doing, and they're not They're landing.
But it looks like they're
3-4
throwing them.
inches away.
I was blown away when I saw that.
Yeah.
That's the guy you should get on the show.
Who's that?
Well, both of them.
Morasti?
And Darren McCarty. He's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had John Morasti on before.
Yeah.
He's a Meadow Lake guy, Saskatchewan guy. So
Do you watch Dorsey?
I have. I haven't watched this last year. So, and there's another one coming here in December, right?
December, yeah.
Well,
Well,
it is
this-
December, yeah.
The latest season I was a little unsure of because it's not hockey.
Yeah.
It's the off season,
Yeah.
but they do a good job. They do a really good job.
I might
on that
watch
show.
it. I might jam it in today. Who
It's
knows?
only like 8 episodes.
I know. You can fast forward through a lot.
No, if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. You
No,
get
you know
TR
what I
singing
mean.
in that
Yeah.
episode in the new
Okay.
season.
Wow.
Well, karaoke.
Good stuff, Con Man. Thanks, big guy. Have a great show today.
Thank you.
That's Connor Halley from Fantasy Frenzy and also the Jason Greger Show. When we come back, we'll wrap things up on the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. And we're also
The job won't wait. Why should you? At AWS Welding Supplies and Repairs, conveniently located in Nisku, we've got everything you need to get it done. From product sales to servicing and calibrating machines, we're your one-stop shop. We're a proud, locally owned and operated business, committed to serving our community with a proven track record of customer service. Don't let a broken tool slow you down. We offer fast repairs and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
When you're in need of deeper respiratory support, try NAC 8.5X. 600 milligrams of NAC with 8.5 times better absorption. Available now at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of each month.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing Seasons Heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
They're professional, never rude, doll. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Plus, no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Do you listen to sports radio at work? Like right now? Well, do you? Who, me? No way. I swear. Okay, friend, we won't tell. Tens of thousands of sports fans listen to Sports 1440 each and every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. If you listen to Sports 1440 at work, well, maybe it's time to advertise on Sports 1440 at work. Grow your business. Get your name out there. Shoot our ad team an email. Gregor@sports1440.ca. Let's get to work for you.
Seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit greatcanadiansolar.com and call today to get started.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
Aloha, Edmonton. It's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. Hope the Duke is getting you into the Christmas spirit. Just one song per day this first week of the December. Will it go to 2 songs the next week, Duke, in the 4-hour show?
Maybe even then 3. Maybe even 3 some days.
Then will we go to 4 or 5 or like the
final
week?
Yeah, because that'll be the 3rd week.
Yeah.
And then the 4th week will be Christmas week, right? So
it's pretty exciting.
It'll be a wrap up. It's funny. I just went out to wash my coffee cup and I was chatting with Stella Stevens of CFCW Mornings. And I was asking her, I was like, are you guys full tilt Christmas music? Because we know the Breeze, our friends at the Breeze, they're nonstop Christmas music, have been for a couple weeks already. And Stella said, nope, yesterday was the start, December 1st, so same as us. And she said the same thing. They kind of start with maybe 2 an hour here and then a few more next week and on and on. So nice to see that here within Stingray, we're very lockstep on that approach.
I would say right now, Duke, for the Calder Trophy, the 2 players that everyone's been talking about, Ivan Demidov in Montreal and Matthew Schaefer. Do you know who's the top rookie scorer right now?
Beckett Seneca.
You got that right. Beckett Seneca.
He had a very good start, cooled off pretty substantially, but now he's been lighting it up again here in the last string of games. Very good. Very good last night in that game against the Blues. That line with Carlson and McTavish is really exceptional. Really exceptional.
Okay, this is just off the top of the head because I don't have
it. Or sorry, not McTavish. Gauthier, kid line. McTavish plays with Terry.
Yes. Top of my head, average height and weight and age. 6'2", 210, and 21 or 2. Am I about
for
right?
that line?
That line.
Yeah.
Seneca's
McTavish, 19.
Seneca, McTavish, Gauthier. I said 21 years old, average age, 6'2", 205.
Sure.
Am I a ballpark there?
I think you got to be right around it.
I should just check right now because it's driving me nuts. Between the 3 of them, Duke, Beckett Seneca is 6'3", 206. McTavish, 6'1", 219. As you said, Seneca's 19, McTavish is 22. And Gauthier, 6'2", 205, he's 21.
Not bad. Tough to play against.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's one right way or wrong way to build a team, right? But I think traditionally, even as the league has gotten more skill and speed based, size is still a very effective tool to have in your bag when you still possess those other traits as well. And so these are the 2 teams that are turning a lot of heads this year. 2 of the 3, if you include the Sharks, but Chicago and Anaheim.
While you were gone, and just before we wrap up the show, Fenny, as Eddie calls him, had a date last night.
He told me all about it. He couldn't wait to tell me about it this morning. First thing he said to me.
Well, he never said anything to me.
Well, that's because he knows you're very busy doing your prep.
Yeah, but I mean, I was maybe going to give him a few tips and stuff. So this was a blind date, though, Fenny?
It wasn't exactly blind.
Okay, you never met before.
But we had never met before.
So you met her online.
Bingo.
And somehow she decides to come over.
Her idea.
She decides to come over for grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Big pot.
Was there hot dogs in the tomato soup?
There was not. This is high class, high quality homemade tomato soup. We were not. I was not gonna throw hot dogs in there. Pull Sam Wilness. Although he has a girlfriend, so maybe I could pick up a tip from him. Maybe that's what his girlfriend likes.
You're making this soup and you got the grilled cheese. Is it on the like in a pan on the stovetop?
Yeah. In the cast iron skillet, nice like real cheese, not like we're standing there talking. She's crushing an old Milwaukee, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going my way. This is going my way. And grilled cheese and some soup, sat down, watched a movie. I told my roommate, I was like, are you going to bed? He's like, yeah. I was like, great. You're not allowed to come out of your bedroom. He's like, why? It's like, there's a lady coming over. He's like, say no more.
Wow. I can't believe this. I really can't.
Hey, once upon a time.
So is there going to be a second date?
I have no idea. Maybe, maybe
you had
not.
to talk about it. No.
Well, maybe. Like I was like, oh, it'd be nice to see you again. She's like, no, yeah, you too. And haven't talked to her this morning. So,
well, like maybe, like what kind of cheese were you putting in there too? Like, don't tell me you were putting cheese slices. Like
no. So, yes, cheese slices, but it wasn't American cheese. I have some provolone at the house, and some cheddar, and some marbled cheddar. So it was a nice little mix of everything.
We got to talk about this more tomorrow. Thanks, Joshy boy. Good luck for date number 2. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is Fantasy Frenzy with
the former Raw Ship T-Bird,
Connor Halley, and the Duke of Delburne at 12 o'clock. It's the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell, 2 till 6. The Jason Gregor Show. And then we've got the pregame show with Andrew Walker, Donnie P, Landon Ferraro, Puck Drop Oilers Wild just after 7 o'clock. Post-game show to follow. We will have Fox Sports all night, and we'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 7 bells. Before that time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by First Round. Sundays got even better with First Round. You can win an NFL helmet or a jersey. Also can enjoy the Pro Bowl brunch only at Edmonton's NFL headquarters, First Round downtown, or right here in the mall that has it all on Bourbon Street. Hey, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for all the great texts. Really appreciate you being a part of the show. Could not do it without you. Have a rest of a terrific Tuesday. We will see you back here tomorrow at 7 bells. Until then, here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game day for the Edmonton Oilers as they take on the Minnesota Wild tonight from Rogers Place. First of a 5-game homestand for Edmonton. Wild coming in red hot, 8-0-2 in their last 10. Elsewhere, 9 other games around the NHL, including the Habs hosting the Senators, Boston in Detroit for original 6 matchup. Dallas taking on the Rangers from MSG. Panthers hosting the Maple Leafs. Flames are down in Music City against the Predators. Avs taking on the Canucks. And in the nightcap, LA Kings welcome in the Washington Capitals. On the hardwood, half dozen games. The Raptors are back at it tonight at home against the Portland Trailblazers. Tip-off for that one at 5:30. Elsewhere, Sixers against the Wizards. Knicks are in Boston. New Orleans hosting Minnesota. Memphis playing San Antonio. And the Oklahoma City Thunder look for their 21st win of the young campaign when they play Golden State. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.